Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Positively Glad, and today, or this evening rather, we are back with RRL representing, well, myself. We are back today with RRL Sunday Championship, Drivers' Championship Season 8, Round 8, all the 8s today, and we are at the notorious Austin, Texas Raceway. We have 15 guys here tonight, guys. I usually start the stream on the grid to avoid obvious copyright bollocks, but today here we are then. This is where we are rocking here today. We have 15 drivers, of course, which means a total, I believe, you'll have to forgive me, give me a moment, let me just grab this picture back up. Right, you are. We are pretty much nearly ready to roll. We have a total then, guys, of 15th place, which is down to 8 points. If everyone finishes here today, there will be 8 points on offer, even if you finish last. Right then, so the kind of roster we'll look at today, we've got Toto in the Williams, Turts in the McLaren, Stu Mercedes, we've got RRL Sint in the Sauber making his return, Alzat in the Force India, we've got Cookie in the Renault, then we've got Snoop Force India, Biddy Red Bull, Michelangelo Toro Rosso, me Spectator obviously, Wise Dog Red Bull, Paul 2K Williams, Ferrari, and yeah, just that's quite rude, isn't it? Let's be honest. Cut across what I'm saying. But yeah, unexpected thing for me to do last week. I didn't think I'd ever be doing this again, to be honest. I'm flying solo tonight, guys, so I'll do my best to give you as much of the action as physically possible as well. Good result last week for Thomas Halo means that he is top of the table. He will be driving the Sauber. Turtles, of course, in the Macca. And Kaninch, of course, with a consistency. 3 7th places in a row for Kaninch has left him still in the Toro Rosso, so it's pretty much almost line astern here today. Cookie will be, after a pretty awesome drive last week, is going to be driving the Renault. Changed up from the Force India, so maybe a bit tougher for Cookie this time. And we then have, let's have a look here, we got Toto Wolff, who is going to be in the Williams, host of the lobby, of course. Addict is returning after a 2-week break. He is going to be driving the Haas. Paul 2K in the Williams, of course. Unfortunate, well, he actually did alright last week. He had a couple of incidents, but he did alright. Alzat and Snoop will be the Force India drivers. Alzat came in 5th position in what looked was going to be a much better drive for him. A couple of minor errors kind of there for him. Call it a business relationship for a second. Right. So, yep, let's carry on, go down the list. We've got Wise Dog, who's in the Ferrari, has got himself up the table a little bit here. He's in a Red Bull alongside Biddy, of course, who got himself a 9th place finish. Forgive me here, guys, they work a little bit differently with the points here. It goes from 40, scoring down to 3. Let's go into the spectator menu. We will get all of this up. So we need gap is to the fastest lap. Detail, we are going to go with the currently fitted. Telemetry is going to be on with full. And we're here. We're live in Austin, Texas. Hey, Sint, how's it going? I couldn't remember if it was you or not. Right, but we currently line up with 15 guys on the track tonight. And we're still only linked with Broadcast and TV Pod. That's a bit annoying. So we've actually got a guy coming out on track here. It is the Force India, I believe. Let's make sure we go up down the list. And Alzat once again makes his appearance coming out first. Fantastic. Thank you very much for the hosting. So Alzat is the first guy out on track then. He's going to get all the TV time here, guys. Please be sure to drop a follow on the channel if you want to see more of this stuff. Right, okay. Or if you don't, just follow me anyway, because I'm a view whore. Why not? Right, so Alzat is currently going around Austin, Texas, even on the regular corner cutting, which is what the RRL guys run on, is still quite a notorious thing. No pun intended there, Mike, of course. It's still a notorious corner cutting track. It's so hard, really, to nail it. Thank you very much. I've just got the host now for 8 viewers. It's kind of giving you a lot of privileges there, actually. So, now this is kind of going to be a key thing. Now, I do know that Alzat will be the first guy. I know Paul 2K and Wise Dog are also out on track. I'll just double check with these guys to see whereabouts on track they are. I believe that... Yep. So we'll be going on to Paul 2K after Alzat's coverage. Alzat is running on lean mix. He's actually running 5 laps of fuel here. He's not dropped it down to the minimum, so potentially Alzat may be running for 2 runs. We're going for 2 runs in this particular. Michelangelo just come out, had a up and down race last week, did I, Mikey? He didn't really... He did really well at the start, and then just kind of faded after that. So Alzat has been now approaching his flying lap, the first lap of the session. It took people a while to beat Alzat last week. He's still in the Force India, so a very competitive car. The only problem with it, it's not quite as good at cornering, as Snoop has just come out on track, as has Addict, who missed out, and Notorious, so we're getting a lot of people, a lot of action now. Guys out on track. Toto has already changed over to the super soft tyre. Curious decision. But then, if you get top 10 in Toto, as Toto will be in a Williams, that is a high possibility. Here we go then, the first timed lap of this race. Let's have a little look here. What are we up to? Can I see the lap time? Let's get this telemetry off. Where the hell's the lap time gone? Holy moly. Oh, it's not there. Find the lap time here somewhere. There was a way you could do it last time. Here we go. What a retard. Lap data. Right. Okay then. So I was out with the first sector of it's 1 minute 26.5. And we then have Paul 2K and Weisdog coming around, of course, to start their flyers as well. So we've got 3 people. They're going to be the first 3 people who get this set up. I was at a really, really good week last week. Really probably should have finished a bit higher than the 5th position that he got. But, of course, you know, with the way things go, you just got to get on with it. So almost everybody's now out on track. Biddy and Addict and Les Paul, of course, as we say. And Karinch has come out in the Toro Rosso. So let's have a look what Owlsat can do in Sector 2. Just double check now. We've got the lap time. We can get that on as well. Why not? Still running on max fuel, of course. So here we go then. Details. Tyre wear. We're going to go currently fitted actually, so we can see. I love this new spectator mode as well, by the way. This is pretty cool. We've got 8 viewers as well, guys. Straight away. Thank you very much for following or watching this. Please be sure to follow. Hey, whoring myself out. Right. So, guys, still in the pit are Tits. In the... No Thomas Halo tonight. Very interesting. Championship leader missing a race. Curious. Very curious. As Owlsat comes round to complete his lap. Obviously, this is pretty much going to be a lap record as soon as he comes round. 1 minute 37.4. Well done there. Owlsat will switch quickly down to Paul 2K. Go on board with Paul just to see him. We see the Red Bull just ahead. AI mode. That is Biddy, I believe, on AI mode. Wonder why that is. We're just getting something sorted out. And here comes then Rara. Hey, Rara, baby. Cheers, my man. Just watching. So here comes then Paul 2K. I am flying solo tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're in for a 100% race. This is a big test of my voice and my swollen throat. Right, okay, so here comes then Paul 2K. He's going to just pip. Oh, he did. He's pipped Owlsat by quite a way. 0.6 of a second. Good luck there by Paul 2K. We will go to... Where is he? Weisdog. Where the hell are you? Oh, he's already done his lap. That's why. Weisdog goes in the first with a 1 minute 36.1. That's why I couldn't find you. We're going to flick through here. So Notorious on Sector 2. Addict is coming around the end of Sector 2 here, guys. Or the middle of it, sorry. Or Sector 3. I will get my sectors right eventually. Forgive me. So here we go then. Addict is the Season 7 champion, of course. And was involved in... Oh, Michelangelo, 1 minute 35.2. What an absolute belter that is. Jesus, so that's the sort of time we're almost expecting out of the Ferrari there. Will Addict be able to displace Snoop, which he does, and Paul 2K in the Williams, forgive me. So we're going to go down the list here. No, that's not the wrong way down. Notorious goes across, and he is in the McLaren. We've got a yellow flag here, by the way, guys. So that's a yellow flag going into Sector 1. And we're going to have a look now to see who is round Sector 3 to... We're going to go on board with Les Paul. Last week's most entertaining driver, you have to say, the way he kind of hauled in Cookie. Oh my god, who the hell's that over there? By the way, guys, I want to point out as well, this is something more of a kind of nice sort of outlet on it. It is, of course, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You will see a lot of the guys change their helmet colours to pink, simply to kind of support it, so that's awesome. So good on them. Les Paul 35.4, just behind Michelangelo. Michelangelo's got a quicker time than Les Paul. Very interesting there. So we've got Kaninch here in Sector 3. Cookie is in Sector 2, he is going to be slightly further down. And we've got there, Biddy goes into 5th place, but immediately dropped down by Paul 2K, who moves back up to 5th position. So we now will go on to Kaninch then. He's coming towards the end of his lap. Let's see where he gets in terms of the placings. Kaninch has openly said it's not his best track, but still not a bad respectful lap. 1 minute 36.6, around about what we'd expect to be away from the top guys. Cookie, last week's race winner. Of course, the way RRL work, guys, just to kind of remind you, if you're new to this video or new to this concept of RRL, what they do is they base their performance or their, their kind of car, their drive, so to speak. They base what car they drive on where they are in the championship. So as you'll see, obviously, the guys who are higher up the championship will be, and there's the pink helmet of Cookie, of course. So the guys who are higher up the championship get on the slower cars, kind of almost as a way to balance it, kind of feel like you don't really... I mean, it's all well and good having like one guy run away with it, but you want to kind of bring the whole field into sort of close proximity. Cookie comes across the line, and in a Renault does a 35.9. That's not a bad lap. That is a pretty decent lap. We're going to go on board with Toto Wolff now. Ooh, he's in the Williams. He's warming the tyres up. Oh, Bit of a lag spike there. We're going to love them lag spikes. So here we go. Toto is now warming the tyres up. He's warmed them up out, gets himself on the max fuel mix. And here comes Toto Wolff then to start his flyer. Big Stu and RL Tits are still in the pits and not set the lap. So I'd probably say with the amount of time left, 4:24, they're going to go for a one-run banker here. Yeah, Sint, I tell you, man, it's gone baby boom. I guess I've got a little bit better at doing what I do. Or people are finding me less annoying. That's probably more kind of the... they've learned to deal with the annoying voice, which, yeah. Obviously, you're going to be getting 2 hours of it tonight with no beer to help me out. So, obviously, Beer's going to be hopefully back soon. He's currently watching the F1 Grand Prix. But obviously I'm not going to advertise that as I want people to stay here, so that's obviously a good thing. Right, Toto Wolff comes through Sector 1, he's gone into Sector 2 now. No mistakes from Toto, he's always been a very, very clean crisp driver and one fucking hell of a defender. So here is Toto, coming now towards, climbing up the hill, shall we say, towards the DRS strip. We'll get on board with Toto, see how he handles this, see how quickly he goes into the DRS. You ideally want to do it within a 0.03 timescale, which he does perfectly. So let's have a little look now, we'll go back onto the broadcast cam. Oh, look at that view, that is quality. I never released that as a camera to watch you guys, will it? Right, here we go. Any of you guys to the stream, please be sure to drop a follow on the channel, of course. And RL Tits and RL Big Stew are both out on track. But Alzat with the Force India 37.4, I know he can do better than that. Unless Alzat, this isn't really one of his best tracks, but we'll obviously see now. Toto Wolff then, we're going to go quickly over to Alzat to find out what he's up to. He's actually coming on to a time lap here. Alzat will be on a time lap. Tits is coming out now. Here we go then. A lot of guys in the pits, they'll be going for their last minute burnout lap, so to speak, unless people are happy. Addict, of course, has already started his, or is about to go out and do his. Here comes Toto Wolff. Where's he going to go? In the Williams. Slots it into 9th place. Good, respectable lap. 1:37.0, especially on the super soft tyres. If you look at the comparison with his teammate Paul Touquet, we've got a yellow flag here. That's because the Ferrari, I believe, that is... Michelangelo has just got out of the way. Forgive me guys, I'm literally getting back into the swing of who's what and what's who and who's driving what. It's really cool because it always keeps me on my bloody toes. Oh, Toto, oh, jeez Louise, he went a bit skew-iff there. Good catch though, holds it round. And we're going to go now, why do I keep pressing the wrong button? Oh my god, tracks this way, Toe. Alzat then is currently in Sector 2, we'll watch Alzat, he needs a big improvement here. Compared to where he's up to, we'll go... So the gap between everybody now is literally a 2.9 second gap. Notorious, of course, in the McLaren will be the reason why. Sint in the Sauber, of course, is Sint. The way they also work, guys, just to let you all know, if you, obviously, you know, bloody hell, 16 viewers, fuck my duck, Jesus Christ, just watching. If you don't start a race or retire from 2 consecutive races, that's the way it works, you get put as if you're leading the championship, so you get put in the worst car. If loads of people retire, then obviously it's based on your standing, whereabouts, what sort of car you're in. So the higher up you are, if you miss 2 races, you will be almost guaranteed to be in a Sauber, etc, etc. And that, of course, has fallen now to Mike as he has retired from round 6 and 7. Of course, we saw round 7, where Mike had just what I would consider to be a mare of a Grand Prix. So Alzat comes across the line. This is a much better lap here by Alzat. Moves into 5th position with a 1:35.9. Here we go, and I'm echoing myself. That's really weird. Right, so I was up with a 36.007. Sorry, got a 007 in there. We're going to go on board now with Stu, I believe, Tits, or Stu in the Mercedes. This is going to be pretty good. Let's see what Stu can do. Mercedes, Big Stu goes 3rd. Good lap there, 1:35.5. Only 3 tenths off the leader. Now we're going to go to Tits, of course, who is in the McLaren this week. He fell off the top of the table. Let's have a look here. Come on, Battle. Yeah, that probably won't go too well, in fairness. Cheers for watching the Norway. Thank you very much, my man. So Tits is doing pretty well. He's just going to grind his way through the end of Sector 2, beginning of Sector 3 now. Tits here, damage limitation. When you're in the slower cars, of course, as Sint, Notorious, Tits, they will all get the feeling of, obviously, guys, you know, as well, like Addict, who is in the house. Addict's a bleeding rapid driver, by the way. Kaninch, I don't think he's going to have enough time. He's on an outlap. I don't think Kaninch, he's not going to have enough time to go and do his flyer, I don't think. He's not going to get round quick enough. But Tits then, and Notorious in the background, so we're basically going to see a lot of position changes here. We're going to just try and catch up as much as we can. Tits goes 14th, just out of Notorious. And let's have a look here. No other changes really there as we speak. So we're going to go to the top of the table now. Look here, we're up to Les Paul second. He's just gone onto his flying lap now. Michelangelo is currently on his quick lap. He's currently 1st. And Addict moves up to 4th position. Kaninch didn't get round. Toto Wolff didn't get round, I believe, as well. I think they've just missed out here. So now we're going to simply see where people get to. We are going to be on board with the pole man at the moment. I think he's the furthest one round the track. He is out of the top guys. So, no, he's not. Big Stu's gone round. Big Stu, here we go. Let's see what Stu can do. And Awazat has finished. He's in 7th position. Big Stu calls it a day on that lap. So, Michelangelo, let's see if he can improve the position or the timing, really, of where he's up to. Let's have a look now. So, guys have all come across the line here. Michelangelo, good. Second to last corner. Seems a lot more kind of stable than he did last week. So here we go. Will Michelangelo get it? Snoop goes up to 8th position. Michelangelo, is he going to improve? He doesn't. Right, okay, so Les Paul is where we're looking at here. Mind you, we've got a few good guys who are on quicker laps here. So Sint, of course, sporting the breast cancer awareness pink helmet. Will Sint improve from a 37.4? He goes to 37.1. Wystock moves to 2nd. Wystock moves up to 2nd place with a 1 minute 34.4. We've got Cookie as well coming round. We've got Les Paul in Sector 3 also. A huge, huge time for you to improve your time. You've got no real time to improve your laps. You've just got to go and do it. As we see Paul 2K come across the line. He's in 10th position. Paul 2K stays 10th. And, wow, Les Paul stopped the lap. And Cookie moves it to 2nd place in the Renault. Only one other guy to do his lap, and Tits is, yeah, he's just kind of cruising around a little bit here, saving the tyres. He doesn't need to save because he's going to be on new set of tyres anyway. Les Paul does retire from entering the pit lane. That's not a problem there, of course. I think that's the way they do it here. As you can tell, I'm not really au fait with a lot of the kind of jinx and kinks that we usually do. But Big Stu just in the pits. What a qualifying. Michelangelo, pole position. First one on the Positively Glad live stream. Good effort for him. Let's have a look here. So, RRL race number 8. And here comes Turts into the pits, of course, to end the qualifying as it stands. So basically, guys, Michelangelo in the Ferrari is in first, Cookie in the Renault second, Wystock third in the Red Bull. Les Paul, good lap by him, of course. He's now in a Ferrari. He's obviously moving up the table. You get a slightly slower car, of course. He is in the Ferrari. He's in 4th. Big Stu in the Mercedes 5th. Biddy Red Bull 6th. Addict Haas 7th. Good lap. Awazat in Force India 8th. Snoop in the Williams 9th. Both Williams 9th and 10th, actually. Snoop just pipping RL Paul 2. Oh no, Snoop is in the... Where's Snoop actually? Where's Snoop in? Snoop in the Force India. What the fuck am I talking about? So I was at 3 times quicker than Snoop, sorry, forgive me. Paul 2K in the Williams, we're back on it in 10th. Kunichi Torosso 11th. Toto Wolff Williams 12th. I believe Toto's in the Williams, is he? Yes, he is. Forgive me, guys, still learning this. Also, then Sint Sauber 13th of the Sauber. And here we go, guys. So that is the running order. As we're watching Turtle's car, he did come 14th, just ahead of his teammate for the day, Notorious, who rounds off the grid. So, Michelangelo, of course, the whole field separated by what you would expect to be a little bit less, really, when you've got Saubers and McLarens in there. 2.4 seconds is the overall gap between everybody. Really good qualifying, actually. So, across the pit line, we've got a couple of corner cuts there. No one really repeat offending, shall we say, in terms of the corner cutting. So, the guys keeping it nice and clean. So I'm basically just here to wait and see where we get up to. My predictions for this race, based on now I've seen a little bit more, if Cookie can get off the line and get away like he did last time, obviously he's got the Renault this time, so it's not going to quite be as dominant, shall we say. But then where you've got to really look is where the damage limitation comes in with the slower cars. Forgive me if you do hear any car noises, guys, I'm having a smoke at the moment. But it's literally all a case of the driver damage limitations from the slower cars. Give me a second. Going to be a hell of a race, hopefully. Going to go for a win prediction here today, then, of... Oh, goodness me. I'm actually going to turn around and say Big Stu. I think Big Stu's going to get it in the Merc. And I do think we're going to get a bit of a surprise from guys a bit lower down the grid, like Toto. I think he might come through to do quite well here. Right, let's just get a sig finish, and then we'll go on board for the start of the race. Right, we are then. Here we go. Let's get back in and see where we're up to. Are we going to be going yet? We are. We're on the way, guys. We're about to start RRL Season 8 Round 8 American Grand Prix. Here we go. Let's do this. Right, let's have a look. Have we got any comments? Since win race, that'll be quite tough. And we're going straight into it. No formation lap today. 5 lights and we're off already. Here we go then. So, let's have a look here. We're on board with Cookie at the moment. Cookie is... Oh, why is Cookie showing us first? What the hell? Where's Michelangelo gone? Michelangelo. Oh, we got a bit of damage there. Bit of a crash at the back here. Clusterfuck going back. Right, okay. So, where's Michelangelo? Why is he all the way at the back? That's weird. Bit of a glitch there, guys. Michelangelo might have disconnected here, guys. So we've got... Oh, my goodness me. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's just sorted itself out. Right, fantastic. Right, okay, so we've got a bit of a battle going on further down the field. Here we go. Oh, goodness me, we have got a bit of a battle going on further down the field. Kenichi the Toro Rosso has had a dreadful start, it must be said. We're going to get this on now. We'll go to detail. We'll go to position change. Stops. Tyre. There you go. That's what we wanted. We got a bit of a dive there. We're on board at the moment with Kenichi, and there is an overtake. Notorious and Toto's had a dreadful start, it would say. Oh, Kenichi loses control there. The no traction control really helping out. We'll go back to the top of the grid just so we can see. Cookie is leading the race as we called. So full telemetry, lap data is enabled. We're going to get this all sorted, guys. That's really annoying. So intervals between the two. We've got a battle there, Snoop. And I believe Owlsat's gone wide there and lost out here. Kenichi is battling with Toto Wolf wheel to wheel. Toto sticks up the inside. But Kenichi holds the outside line, which is the better line, but Toto's not giving up in the position just yet. Battle for 13th place here, guys. Getting a lot of kind of looking. Kenichi didn't really get much. Oh, wowza, with a bit of a loose rubber. We got Notorious having a look then at the background, so not settled down at all yet, of course. Let's have a look then at 0.4, so we're pretty much there. Here we go. Oh, bit of a lock-up just ahead of Wisedog. Wisedog currently running in 3rd position. Here we go then, let's have a look. Right, so Kenichi is behind Turts here. He needs to get these moves done, make the moves that he needs to do. Get himself where he needs to go. Right, here we go then. Kenichi has got himself a run on the McLaren. He's going to have a little run. Turts sees him coming. Will Turts be able to hang it around? Austin is one of the rare tracks where if you hang it around the outside. And Kenichi, that's brilliant, but Owlsat's got Sint as well at the same time. Side by side, 2 side-by-side battles. Kenichi and Turts hanging it round together really well. And here we go. Oh, Turts is... Oh, Toto Wolf wildly off. Well held there by Toe in the end, though, which is giving Notorious a bit of a chance to the inside. Here we go then. I feel like I'm a horse race commentator here at the moment. And Michelangelo was on the back of Cookie as well up front. We'll flip back to that very shortly. Kenichi still trying to get past Sint. He's displaced Turtles, though. That's a key move. If he gets past Sint, he can then get on with his race. We'll move forward. Oh, Notorious! Oh, they've had a crash! Oh, dearie me. Oh, dear. Right, okay, we'll have a look at Toe. Wing off. Toto Wolf, wing off. Dreadful race so far for him. And Big Stew is going to be there as well. 5th position. We'll look at the battle for 5th now. And we're going to go on board with Kenichi. He's going to get a hell of a run on Sint here. Is he going to go up the inside? No, he's got Toro Rosso and Sable look very similar this year if you look at it from a glance. Minecrafter, welcome back to the channel, bro. Kenichi and Sint side by side. Oh, bit of contact there between the two. We'll simply be able to hang it round. Will Kenichi go for the inside line, which I do like to favour as a driver. Kenichi's done it, and he's made the move stick. Kenichi up to 11th position. Great start to the Grand Prix. Owlsat then all over the back of teammate Snoop. Owlsat, we know, has shown quite good pace in this Force India in the past, if he can keep it clean. So here we go. Owlsat then on the back of Snoop. Biddy on the back as well. And Michelangelo, the fastest laps, are flying thick and fast here, by the way, guys. So here we go. Biddy now all over the back. Oh, and Sint's made a move on Kenichi. And Sint, I believe, has pitted. I think it was Sint who had damage earlier in the race. So Biddy, side, and Snoop and Owlsat side by side here. Will Owlsat be able to make the move count? He does. Snoop going for a switchback. Owlsat covers the inside very, very nicely. And we've got Paul 2K has made the move. And Biddy had a go at Paul 2K then as well. But God, this is fast and frenetic action so far at the beginning of this Grand Prix. And Biddy's made the move. Paul 2K made a mistake. Biddy up to 7th place, capitalising very nicely. Wow, what a start. Right, okay, we're going to go up to Big Stew now, who is all over the back of Les Paul in the Ferrari. Les Paul seems to have slow pace at the start of races, and then it all comes good for him with his superior time management. Big Stew moves up the inside. Great move by Stew, up to 4th position. Les Paul will have a stab back at him. And Addict, that Haas car, Thomas Halo proved it last week, can hang. They can hang with each other. They really can hang with the guys above them, the Haas cars. And Les Paul is now trying to go up the inside of Stew. Will he think better of it? Yes, he will. Stew covers off the line very nicely. Addict now part of this battle too. Wisedog falling away a little bit there, as you can see. He's 2 seconds off the pace of Michelangelo already at the moment. So once again, as with last week, the top two seem to be taking off. And then the top 6 seem to have a big gap down to 7th. Biddy now in the Red Bull can really begin to stretch his legs here. Kaninch in the Toro Rosso is catching Snoop in the Force India. That's a bit of a turn up for the Bucks. So here we go then. Kaninch is beginning to make his move now. Will he make it count? Oh, Biddy runs. Oh, I believe that's Wise Dog runs a bit wide, which is giving Big Stew now a chance at catching Wise Dog. RL Cookie gets the fastest lap of 1 minute 41.4. That, of course, will come down definitely throughout the duration of this race. Big Stew with the DRS here, though. Willie, he's not going to be close enough to make the move. If he goes for a damn near mental dive bomb, he could do it. So we're going to move back to Kaninch now, who has DRS on RRL Snoop. Here we go, Snoop, of course, one of my former teammates. Oh, Kaninch right in the curb there. That will only be detrimental to his actual performance out of the corner. It's the closest battle here. Big Stew, obviously on the back of Wise Dog. If Big Stew clears Wise Dog, you can focus then on reeling in, and Cookie's at a hell of a abundant pull away. He's 4/10 quicker in the last few corners than Michelangelo. Kaninch, this is the closest battle on track at the moment, so we're going to follow this now. Battle for 10th position, of course. That will get you, in RL terms, 60 points, which is going to be key for Kaninch. He's finished 7th in the last 3 races, so will it be the quadruple here? So let's have a look now. We've got DRS, of course, here. Big Stew, we're going to move quickly up to Big Stew. DRS on Wise Dog. Wise Dog got a really good race last week, got a lot of TV time. He's getting a bit more here, thanks to Big Stew's speed, and he just breezes past Wise Dog. If you can hold it, get the breakers around. Big Stew's gone really wide there. Les Paul will capitalise, and I believe Addict's going to be on the outside of Big Stew. RRL veterans, and Addict with a ballsy move around the outside. Capitalise on Big Stew's mistake. And I believe the gaps are now a little bit distant now compared to what they were. Great start to this Grand Prix. 4 of 56. 56 laps of this bad boy. 53 and a third left to go. So here we go then. Let's see how this race pans out. Big Stew now has to do it all again. Good start by Stew from 5th position on the grid, but he now has to do it all again. Now he will be obviously in a much quicker car than Addict. Addict's driving ability will need to be absolutely tip-top if he's to keep himself high up the field. Les Paul pretty much matching the lap time of RL Cookie the previous lap, and Kaninch has overtaken Snoop here, and Snoop comes into the pits. That is why, forgive me. Right, so Turks moves up, and will Snoop come out in front of, and we've got a wing change for Snooper. Get back to the live action then. Here comes a Les Paul. He is currently in 4th position. Snoop, will he come out in front of Synth? That is the question. And he's not gone. Snoop has basically not gone. He's still stuck in the pits. So he's not released the clutch, which has given RL Synth a golden opportunity, and Synth moves himself up into 12th position. There you go. Snoop still come out the pits. Toto come around the last corner. Notorious just doing what he needs to do. And we've got a bit of a battle here for the lead. What the fuck is that camera angle? Get off my screen, please. So here we go. They're all on the... Here we go. There's Wise Dog. Right, let's see what we can do. Michelangelo going to go for a move here up the inside of Cookie for the race lead. Is he going to leave it late breaking? Cookie's going to go for the switchback. Michelangelo does it. Cookie back up the inside. Battle for the lead here. Cookie hangs it round the inside, places it perfectly, and regains the position. Great battle for the lead, but this battle is not over, of course. If Michelangelo can hold where he is, he will be still rolling with that first battle for the lead. And we've got Wise Dog behind under intense pressure here from Les Paul. So Les Paul, that is the gap. That gap is not 0.3. I don't care what planet you're from. Here we go then. So 2 battles we're going to be watching here. It's a bit of a... Oh, look at the battle up front. Cookie, will he be able to maintain the lead? He's led almost every lap in the last 2 races. So will he be able then to maintain it? It's a Scuderia Ferrari. Cookie goes deep to the inside. Will he make the defensive maneuver? Oh, beautiful. Beautifully done. He runs a little bit wide. Does he? Let's have a look at Michelangelo. Go for the switchback. He does the switchback perfectly and takes the lead of the American Grand Prix. Just but Cookie is still there, still fighting. What a start this has been. Right, okay. As good a start as last week, amazingly. So Michelangelo will take the lead. He needs now. Cookie, ooh, that was a bit of a corner cut there. He needs now to take off. And we still got that intense battle for 3rd position. Wise Dog acting as a sort of cork in the bottle for these guys behind. So Alzat is 0.8 down. And I think the guys below are just beginning to settle down into their rhythm. Big Stew really needs to start catching Addict. Addict is really all over the back of Les Paul here. What a start. Jesus Christ. So here we go then. Notorious falling. He's now 6 seconds behind at the back there. You can see the gaps on screen, guys. If you want to obviously have a little look, a little bit more of an intense look, please feel free to pause the video. But DRS in from Les Paul. That is not a good camera angle. The Ferrari's a little bit high up. The mirrors are a bit low down, sorry, compared to the angle they've got him. So we see here Cookie just on the back of him. Michelangelo, sorry, him. Him could refer to quite a lot of people here. So here we go then. Battle for third position begins to hot up here. Les Paul with a better line than Wise Dog. Wise Dog almost sticking to the racing line. Les Paul kind of looking for a more conventional route, trying to gain every 10th and 100th of a second he can to try and out this. Big Stu just needs to focus and stay there in 6th position. He is in 6th. He will be able to run through this. So Les Paul, now a little bit wide there. Les Paul, that will not kind of benefit him in any way, shape or form. It'll benefit Addict quite a bit. 4/10 of a second now. 3/10 the gap between. Let's have a look at Michelangelo. Cookie's there. There we go, 0.6 down. That's a hell of an overview shot there. And here we go. Big Stu with the fastest lap of the 1:41.1. Another 10th taken off the fastest lap. Big Stu doing what he needs to. Just really to keep up. The Mercedes power really helping Big Stu at this race. Les Paul with a great first corner. Just darting over the curb, as is the way in this game. This is what you've got to do to get the best runs. Cookie's really close to the back of Michelangelo, though. Just really quickly flicking to this battle. This is going to be absolute nip and tuck here. Lap 7 at 56. Here we go then. Cookie on the back. Willie, but I think the Ferrari power should just be able to save him through here. And line of stern, Big Stu is now going to be on the back. We've got Alzat still sort of keeping pace with Paul 2K in the background, so that battle's going to hopefully lighten up soon. Addict and Les Paul, this will be a race-long battle, I believe, between these two. So here we go then, and Big Stu's going to be on the back of this too very soon. The Ferrari power, even with DRS, Cookie is about to activate that. Will Cookie have any run on him? But we're going to obviously look back as well, because Big Stu is now in a position to attack Addict. Here we go then, DRS. And it's almost a 3 DRS clusterfuck here. Will Big Stu be able to do anything? No, he's kind of kept it. He's going to go for the better corner. And it runs a little bit wide. Gives Stu a lot of room. Respectful driving there by the guys. Rapid Guana. That's how we do. Well, I'll tell you what, these guys are really putting on a show once again. Cookie is on 0.1 down at the moment. So here we go. 0.3. But there's just battles everywhere at the moment. We're just going to have to keep on track as best we can. Oh, bit of a lag there on Les Paul, like maybe myself. Addict runs wide. Lag everywhere. What the hell's going on? Right, okay. Here we go then. Let's see what Big Stu can do. We've got, I think Michelangelo's opened up a gap again up front. So Michelangelo gets a bit of breathing room. Unfortunately, that's not a luxury that RRL Addict is going to be able to encounter here. I believe Addict is 6th in the championship here. Everybody, because it's 40 points for a win, everybody literally from Wise Dog in 10th up can be leading the championship come the end of this Grand Prix if results go their way. Right, Wise Dog doing what he can. He's currently having a nice clean little race here in the background. So Alzat there is now catching. He's on the back of Paul 2K. He's put 7/10 on in that lap. Alzat needs to really clear Paul 2K. Look at this on the back of him. I've got to literally flick back and forth. It's so much better than what we had to do before. They've really sorted this spectacle out in inches. You just saw him in the background there. Sint is going for the longevity here. Snoop also, both on the soft tyre. Turts, of course, was on the super soft from the beginning. So here we go then. We'll run now through RL. Alzat is getting a bit of TV time here, of course. Him and Paul 2K together on track now. We're going to have another DRS scramble. Not quite as close as last time round. God, you really shouldn't do commentaries with a bad throat. Jesus, this is going to kill me by the end. And we're going to go look back at Alzat now. He's going to make a move, potentially. He's got to make a move here. He's all over the back of him. Hey, Iggy. Hey, cheers, man. Thank you very much for watching. I was thinking Iguana. I thought I recognised that name somewhere. And Alzat's got Paul 2K there. Alzat up into 8th position. Key for championship. He needs some points to get himself higher up. Les Paul now is all over the back of Wise Dog. Battles absolutely fucking everywhere. Jesus Christ, guys, slow down for me. Right, here we go then. I need a drink as well in a minute. Hopefully you guys will separate enough for me to actually have a swig of Pepsi before we actually get moving. Right, so here we go then. Big Stu is now on the back of Andy. Oh, Big Stu with a bit of a skew-whiff move there off the curb. That's going to hinder him. That's given Addict a bit of breathing room. Still gets DRS, of course, based on where the activation point is. So he's still going to have that luxury, so he's going to be pulled right back into this. And Les Paul up here, having a move on Wise Dog, sorry, forgive me. Oh, goodness me. Just holding him in there. Right, okay, so here is Paul 2K. Is still on the back of Alzat, not made a move back then. Probably Turts is 0 laps down, that's curious. 10.1 down there, just wanted to double check everything was okay there. There's it's still a 4-way battle, this. 4-way battle for 6th position. And the top 2 are still relatively close as well. Michelangelo needs to pull away. He needs to take advantage of his superior power in this Ferrari to really, really get to where he needs to go. He needs this, and we see Les Paul then. There's so many different factors you've got to look into around this Austin, Texas track. And Paul 2K is now all over the back of him again. We're flicking back and forth between every fucker. Cookie He's going to get a run here really quickly. And we've got two potential battles here. Cookie goes for a run on Michelangelo. Needless double figure laps here. And we've got two. Oh, Les Paul's. Oh my God, who do I follow? Cookie makes the move stick. Les Paul makes the move stick. It goes wide. So Wise Dog gets the position back, gets back on the podium. Here comes then Addict now on the back of this. And Owzat and Paul 2K having a battle. Paul 2K makes the move stick. We'll move back up to Addict, who makes a charge up the inside of Les Paul. Addict moves into 4th position. Great opportunistic move there by Addict, based on the uncomfortable line. Do you have to? Lenny, oh bloody hell, it's been a while. Severe Joe voice, mate. I know, obviously, it's been a while. But call me the most annoying voice in commentary. That's the best way to put it. It's really good racing. These guys are putting on a fucking clinic so far. Battles, changing positions everywhere. I think Paul 2K has got the best of Owzat for the moment. We're on board with Les Paul. And remember, Big Stew's still on the back of this as well. Paul 2K pits, that may be for damage. I believe it is on the front of Paul 2K's car, which obviously gives Owzat the position. He's going to fall quite far down the field here, Paul 2K. We'll stick on board with him really quickly. And it is not a wing change. Paul 2K, the first person doing a scheduled pit stop. Need to get the words right there. So here we go then. Les Paul on the back of Addict again. Really, it is a clinic so far, Lenny. You are right there. So Tertz has even got Paul 2K. I think Sint is a little bit too far down. There may be a battle going on back there soon. We're sleep-hauling him in. Williams Power, oh, sorry, forgive me, Force India Power. I will get that right eventually. Force India Power versus Sauber, well, something. That is obviously going to be an issue. And Big Stew just behind here as well. We're going to have another 4-way battle here. Les Paul on the back of Addict. This has been absolutely bleeding mental. 10 views, guys. Thank you very much. If you've not followed, guys, please be sure to drop the follow. I'm thinking about making this a weekly thing, because obviously I'm not contracted to do it at all at the moment. Les Paul up the inside of Addict. Will Addict be able to hang it round? A lot of respectful driving. Addict did run wide to give Les Paul a bit of the room, and Les Paul makes the move stick. Les Paul back up to 4th position, back to where he was. Jesus, and Big Stew now is on the back. I'm still not had a chance to have a drink. Jesus. Guys, give me a lot of mercy. Right, so here we go then. Guys, we haven't had much TV time. Notorious, I believe, is pitted for a 2nd time, I think. Let's have a look here really quickly. Where is it? It's under stops, I believe. Stops. The bottom 5 have all pitted. That's just to let you all know. Right, okay. So Notorious just in that McLaren is not enjoying this track. It's not a McLaren friendly track, this car. And we've got another potential DRS clusterfuck coming down to turn 1 for the 11th time. Here we go. And Les Paul's making the move. Les Paul makes the move. Whoa, this camera is shit. Les Paul, Wise Dog's gone for a switch back here. Get out of that crap camera. And Les Paul makes the move for 3rd, finally. Finally ousted Wise Dog. Wise Dog did really well to hang with this. Obviously, you guys will be able to see the field. And Big Stew, that is, oh my goodness me, bit of a corner cut there by Stew. Hopefully it doesn't get reprimanded by the game for that. Here we go then. We've got then Addict still on the back of Wise Dog. Les Paul now needs to absolutely motor away from Wise Dog. He does have the quicker engine, which is handy for certain parts of the track. But why is Snoop a minute 41 behind? That is a glitch and a half. Jesus Louises. Right, here we go. Just looking back down the order. We've got Big Stew then running in the 6th position. We'll look at the wrong car here. Addict's the one who's going to be making the move. Will Addict in the Haas? I mean, they are pretty. The Haas is technically a better engine than the Red Bull, and Addict does go for the move on Wise Dog. Little cheeky little wheel bump there, letting him know he's there. Wise Dog goes for the outside switchback. Addict, veteran driving. And Michelangelo made a mistake up there. You just saw Michelangelo get overtaken as well. Addict up to 4th, but the Haas is not quite powerful enough to get away from the Red Bull when DRS is concerned. Red Bull as one of the best, well, if not the best chassis. And Paul 2K is overtaking Turtles, just to let you know. That has happened on DRS. And I think Paul 2K is just having a bit of fun with the Y button there. Wise Dog, of course, now is under increasing pressure. Look at this! 2 lots, and Cookie's gone off! Cookie has gone off somewhere, it would seem. And Wise Dog enters the pits. Wise Dog, this may be a key pit stop here. I was about to say, well, Lenny, amazing timing that you said that. The undercut there will work a treat, but Cookie must have gone off. I did miss that, guys, you have to forgive me. So Les Paul now is going to be chasing Michelangelo, and Biddy, of course, overtakes Wise Dog. Biddy's had one of the quietest races, I think, around Austin, Texas history. So Biddy just doing his thing, keeping himself in there. But we've still got a battle here for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Cookie now needs to get back on his horse and get riding, basically, because now Big Stu is all over the back of Addict. It is an absolute non-stop affair. This is one of the best races I've actually seen, regardless of what league you're in. It doesn't make a difference. This is racing, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a fan of racing, you will love what this is doing here. This is awesome. Kaninch is only 4 attempts down on Owlsat now. Owlsat must have made a mistake, and he has. Kaninch is on the back of him. Sector 2, yellow flag, what's happened? And Big Stu has gone off. Oh, bloody hell, Biddy. What an amazing bit of driving there by Bid. Jesus Christ, last second. Oh, goodness me, Kaninch. My words are all over the place. And Will Owlsat be able to hang around the outside here. Toto Wolff has caught up to the back of Snoop. There's a 3-car train back there. And Kaninch has got... Oh, crying out loud, what a race. Kaninch has managed to get Owlsat, but Owlsat in the full city has superior power. And Owlsat goes down the inside of Kaninch, wheels touching. Great bit of driving by these two. And look at this, Kaninch still hangs down the inside. If my voice is gone at the end, I will use Siri to commentate. So here we go, Kaninch. Will he hold it? He does hold it. Great driving by Kaninch there. We're going to flick back now, a bit of a rare flick back, as Toto Wolff, Snoop, and Sint seem to be having another battle here now. We're going to look up the field. We've got the timing screens there, just so in case we do see anything. And obviously when people pit, it does let you know as well, which I think is a fantastic feature. So basically, Snoop and Toto need to overtake Sint. They are on, in quicker cars, Toto of all people needs to. So, let's have a look here. Satisfied has, thank you very much for watching, buddy. Please be sure, guys, as well to drop follows if you haven't already. And Big Stu has pitted, he needed to. I believe Big Stu did damage. Oro pulled 2K with a fast lap. And where's Toto gone? He did run wide there a little bit. Big Stu, oh, he's just come out of the pits now. I think, has he changed his wing? I think he might. I don't think he has, actually. The wing's not been changed. And I think... oh, goodness gracious me. Forgive me if I do have a bit of a quiet time in this race. I hope these guys settle down soon so I can actually talk about the championship table and what the effect of this does for people. Michelangelo's hit the jackpot here. But we are now on board with Addict, who is chasing down Cookie. These two are, you would consider them championship rivals, really, wouldn't you? Based on previous history in the league so far. Addict and Cookie both, of course, race winners. Cookie a 2-time race winner in season 8. Oh, Addict on the back, he's lost a bit of his wing. I think just misjudged the braking there, lost a bit of wing. That will severely harm him going through the complexes and the quick corners, especially on Sector 1. That will really, really hurt him. I thought this would be a hard commentary to do, guys, but it's really, really proving. And Snoop has overtaken Sint, by the way, that's off camera. Snoop is up into 12th position. He can finally begin to focus on getting his race back on track after the early pit stop for a new front wing. This is the closest racing on track, but Addict is, and you see the McLaren in the background, I believe that's Tertz, if I'm right. Yes, it is. And here we go, we're going to go back on board now down the field. We're going to show what's happening down the grid order as we've got Toto Wolff with the Williams. This should be easy. Of course, guys, just to reiterate, all the guys doing their best for breast cancer awareness. Obviously, no money really to be raised. If I do win any money from the stream, it'll go straight into the pot for breast cancer awareness, of course. Any donations you do will go into my personal PayPal. And Toto runs wide. Enough of me plugging my fucking self. Toto runs wide. Will Sim be able to hang it? Wisedog gets the fastest lap with a 1 minute 40.3. Owlsat pits from 7th position. Bloody Nora. Owlsat pits from 7th. Toto still on the back of Sint. Toto is telling Toto to pit. That is a glitch, by the way. He has only just come in. And Tertz here is now been in 9th position in the McLaren. Owlsat come out the pits. Big Stu and Owlsat, this is going to be interesting. Big Stu, will he be able to do Owlsat come out the pits? He does. Big Stu up into 10th. That's a key manoeuvre, especially with the tyres that he's on. But hopefully he doesn't end up battling. If he does, that'll be incredibly detrimental to his race. And here comes Toto Wolff now with DRS again. Will he be able to do the business against... Is he going to go for a dive? He is up the inside here. A late dive. Oh, left himself no room. Had to cut across the grass there almost. Right in the deep curb. And we've got Wisedog and Kaninch. This may indulge into a bit of a battle later on. Junior versus senior team. Toro versus Rebel. Of course, I you forgot that. That'd be a retarded move, wouldn't it? It's all spaced out a little bit up front. Finally, a bit of breathing space. I mean, Toto doing his best to make this as interesting and as good a watch as possible. Toe is really pushing, you can tell, right in the curbs like a horse. Here we go. Wisedog then, of course, we're going to be watching out for this here. Wisedog with the DRS. Oh, no, we are with DRS, sorry, a bit further up the field. Kaninch doing well. Ironically, he's about to fall into his accustomed 7th position in the Drivers' Championship, of course, for RRL. Let's have a watch of Toto Wolff, though, going down the main straight. DRS, and we've got two pitters, Michelangelo and Addict, both in the pits. So Les Paul inherits the lead briefly. Let's have a look. Michelangelo's gone onto the super soft tyre. Will Addict go onto super soft as well, or is he going to stick at it? No, Addict has stayed on. Oh, is he? I don't know. It's currently flicking between the two. And Toto makes light work there on camera, as you saw. No commentary on it, because I'm more interested in seeing where Michelangelo and Addict come out. Addict had an awful, awful pit stop here, which has dropped him down at 8th position. The undercut has worked well for Wisedog, as Lenny in the comments pointed out. It's really, really worked well for him, and now we're going to watch Wisedog here, as he is going to be the man on the charge, and he's got Kaninch here. Will Wisedog be able to... We've got to watch out here for this. Let's have a little look here. Will Wisedog... No penalties, of course, this season for RRL, as far as I'm aware. It seems to have been taken off, so it seems that these guys have... I know they run a card penalty system, which was introduced, I believe, when I was still in it, at Season 5, I believe. So here we go, then. Here comes... RRL Wisedog. Will he should really wait for the DRS. Michelangelo up there, he is the de facto race leader, of course, based on pit stops. And what other people can do? Addict has come back out on the super now, the super soft tyres. That has now refreshed itself. Here we go, guys. Sorry for the sounds. And Wisedog is up the inside of Kaninch here. Will Kaninch be able to hold it? Michelangelo locking up his brakes just in front. And he's got him. But Michelangelo's overtaken. Biddy's gone off! Biddy's flown off! Goodness me! Biddy has had a silent race. That puts him amazing avoiding action there by everybody as well. Great driving. Goodness me, that was unexpected. And Big Stu has got turts, by the way, through all the madness. Biddy probably does need to put... We'll have a look at wing damage. He has got wing damage, guys, you can see. Wing damage on the front right. Oh, Biddy, unfortunate for him. And the race leaders pit in. Cookie is in the pits. Les Paul going for a wing change, of course. He had a bit of damage earlier on the race. Good call there. Then he crashed for Biddy. That was amazing how he managed to avoid that. Wisedog then, and Michelangelo takes the lead. Wisedog with the undercut has got himself to second. Kaninch still hasn't pitted. He is in 3rd position. Paul 2K was in the 4th. Cookie is going to be coming out. I believe, who is that? I believe Les Paul. Cookie. That's not Les Paul. Paul 2K is in 4th. Addict with the wing change and the slow pit stop has really lost out here. Biddy comes into the pits, of course. There was no wing change for Bid. Very quick pit stop. Snoop will be on the back of him too. This race, I thought it would calm down a little bit. It obviously hasn't. A lot of quicker cars now, of course, with interesting strategies, pit stops. We don't know what they're going to be running. Wisedog, of course, is come back out on the super soft tyres. We'll just double check now to see stops. Everybody, barring Turtles and Kaninch, have now made a pit stop. Driver of the day so far, Kaninch, in terms of, at the moment, in terms of place gains. Let's have a look then. So, interval, we'll have a look at the fastest laps here, guys. It's currently Wisedog with a 1 minute 48.3. That will, of course, change. Notorious not having the best of races at the moment. Oh, Cookie, here we go. Cookie on the back. And we just got to move here. Up the inside. Cookie up the inside of Paul 2K. Renault on Williams. Nice and easy. Will Paul... I'm speaking so quick. Will Paul 2K... Oh, Michelangelo, yep, back in the first. Good point there, Lenny. About to say he's managed to hang it there, but Wisedog's only 1.9 seconds behind. That undercut for Wisedog has worked an absolute treat. So here we go then, in the background. No other battles really on track other than Since just hanging it with Toto. Biddy fell to 11th position, by the way, in case anybody's wondering. After that spin, that's obviously cost him a good bit of time. Biddy would have been right in the middle of this battle. Michelangelo nearly breaks into the 1 minute 40s, and Paul 2K pits in for his second pit stop. Curious this. No DRS. Who's on no DRS line? Forgive me. So Cookie on Kaninch as well. Cookie siding his way through the field. Didn't even spot that. Up into 3rd position then Cookie. He needs to do this. Basically Cookie is gunning for the title, as is Kaninch. These two are championship rivals here. 2 points separate them. Based on that position change, then there will actually be swapping positions by a point. Cookie will get score 31 for coming 3rd. Kaninch 28 for coming 4th. Kaninch may finally be out of the Toro Rosso, but then no 4 seconds. It's amazing how these guys are actually doing this. Wisedog possibly putting in the stint of his life. Michelangelo with a bit of a lock up there, as you can see. 2.2 seconds. We actually got a bit of quiet time. Goodness me. Finally get a swig of drink. Jesus Christ. So the closest thing to a battle on track is the Sauber of Sint. Sticking with Toto. Notorious is not having a fun time in that McLaren, at least if he does finish the race. He will be out of that car next week. Notorious is actually on course, or should have been, as they say, either in a Ferrari or I believe he would have been in a Ferrari, Notorious. So you can see what the double DNF, and double did not start in Mike's case. It's the double DNF. That's done. Kaninch on the slower tyre, by the way, is really beginning to struggle. Well, the quicker tyre, but the more worn tyre, should we say, is finally beginning to struggle here. Kaninch, I believe, will be pitting this lap. He does. Kaninch makes the decision. 18 laps on the ultra soft tyres. That is fantastic. That has put Kaninch into a really good position here, based on strategy. And here we go then. Kaninch nicely into the pit lane. Here we go. So Addict will jump in. I believe Big Stew also. He'll be looking to come out around about the position of RRL Turts. No wing damage for Kaninch, so it's going to be a nice in and out pit stop. Onto the super soft tyres. Auzat, who was battling with him, the undercut has worked him an absolute treat. So Auzat, like I said, Lenny, good point out earlier on about the undercuts. Kaninch is out on track. You can see him there just on Turt's front wing cam. We'll go on to Kaninch now just to see how far behind he is. And we've got an accident in sector 1. And that is Auzat, who has crashed off. Auzat's crashed off, half wing gone. Auzat's race is turning into an absolute misery. Biddy overtakes him, as does Paul 2K. Auzat with this wing damage will fall down to an absolute guaranteed 14th place. Deary me. Awful timing here. Awful, awful timing here for Auzat. Turts, I believe, is still on the tyres he started on, amazingly. The only guy not to stop has found himself in 8th place. Turts to do himself justice here. I may actually confirm whether I'm going to be doing this full time or not, guys, on this episode. I'm really beginning to enjoy this league race, this racing. Obviously, like I said, affiliated to nobody. I'm representing me, but if anybody wants me to commentate for them, I'm more than happy to do so. RRL reached out to me, and we've obviously been in talks with Biddy for a while, and Kaninch, of course. They've reached out to me, and I'm more than happy. I wish I could do the Thursday racing, but anyway, less about me, more about RRL. Biddy making a move on Paul 2K. Will he make the move done? Will he make stick? Let's have a look here. He does. Great move by Biddy up to 9th position. Biddy up to 9th. He's on the charge on this ultra soft tyres. Of course, Biddy had that earlier crash. That's what I mean. It's weird, isn't it, seeing how the tyres, and Les Paul does a 38.8 man on the charge on the super soft tyres. Les Paul beginning to turn up the wick again. So here we go. The super softs, you'll be looking about 23, 24. Ultras, I'm surprised Kaninch went that far. He's really put himself into a good position now. Kaninch, ironically, back into his accustomed 7th position here. And we've got sector 1, sector 2. And Wise Dog is out! Wise Dog is gone! Wheel off! Huge moment! Wise Dog out at second, at 3rd position. It was 2nd, wasn't it? Oh, dear, dear, dear. He's gone absolutely, he's got a bloody, I mean, Narnia's not as far away. Jesus Christ. We've got a bit of a battle. Auzat's coming to the pits, of course, to change his wing. Oh, Dios mio. Poor Wise Dog. I think that's in effect. I know obviously things can change, but detrimental position in the championship. Wise Dog, oh my god, his wheels just kind of trying to run away from his car. You can literally, and we've got Biddy here, having a battle with Turts. These two are Biddy and RRL, absolute RRL founder, so to speak. It was 2nd lane, you are right, man. I was trying to work out where he was. I like this TV pod cam. It actually gives a little bit more insight than what it used to on Spectate. I wish you... What I want, the camera I want, is behind the car, and Paul 2K is getting involved. These guys are running 3 wide here, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, Paul 2K is going to make the move, stick on both of them. Turts just give up on that. Yeah, smart driving by Turts. His tyres are about to cook. Oh, Biddy and Paul 2K battling wheel to wheel. And I think he's done it. Biddy's done it with the quicker tyre. Goodness me, that's how we do. Wise Dog, oh, you just got to cuddle him, haven't you? So here we go. Turts has just overtaken Paul 2K. What an opportunistic manoeuvre. Wow. Notorious is there. He's currently trundling around, but we're going to get back on board with this battle. Paul 2K. Biddy seems to have escaped. This is ideal for Biddy now. This is why, guys, you shouldn't have a lisp and do commentary. Man, this TV has got more spit on it than a bloody spit shine window wash. Right, here we go. Let's have a look at Paul 2K. What an exit by Paul 2K. Right to the inside. Probably receiving a bit of a drink from his mechanic thing. Managed to have enough time to reach out and grab it. Here we go then. We are looking at Paul 2K making the move on Turts. And Biddy, what's this? What does that mean on Biddy's car? Biddy almost in AI mode. And Sint is catching Toto. A Salvo and a Williams, really? Okay, Sint, we know he's one of the top drivers. But goodness gracious me, come on, man. Don't stop doing that with the Salvo, it's got to be done. Let's have a look here. Still no break. So here we go then. Turts has been up. Turts and Paul 2K. It seems like everything's calming down a little bit now. Cookie is catching Michelangelo, putting that out at the front. Sector 1 crash. Someone's got off in Sector 1. Who is that? Yellow flag here. Is that Cookie? Where's Cookie? Oh, that's what? Well, obviously, shut up, Pause, you fucking retard. That's why it's done. What an absolute fucking penis. There was a yellow flag in second one, and Toto, and here we go. Toto, and here he's got him. Since got Toto Wolff on the much quicker tyres. You can see the blistering on the front left of Toto Wolff. I just missed that awesome camera pan there. An amazing race. Jesus Christ. Toto Wolff just managed to hold that. We're on lap 21. This is absolutely fucking flying through here. So here we go then. No more streams for me tonight, guys. Of course, this is going to be my one and only one tonight, of course. I don't want to kind of overexert myself. Got a long week ahead. I'm not going to be doing Elder Scrolls much this week. With Rara, I will be pulling out a couple, but my focus here is F1 career mode this week. We're going to be starting to grind some of them out. We're really, really slacking on it. I need to do Spain. And speaking of, let's have a look here. Spain in 4 weeks. Next week, guys, of course, 8 PM or roughly, because of course we are at the Mexican Grand Prix. It is the official Mexican Grand Prix. The way RL do it, they start the season with the official race or from the start of the calendar, and then they rotate when there's not an actual real-life F1 Grand Prix on. Sint doing his best to really hamper Toto's chances here. Sint putting absolute stellar driving. Awzat is just dead in this race now. He's absolutely out of it. Notorious just doing what he can do, finishing the race as best you can. As boring a drive as it would be, he really, really is kind of just doing what he can to get round. I'm going to go on board now live with Sint onto the TV pod. An amazing, amazing Grand Prix so far. Not even half distance yet, ladies and gentlemen, by the way. So here we go. I hope I'm doing a good job for you guys. Wise Dog has left session. Yeah, you can kind of understand why. Crashing out a second, I'd have done it already by now. The toys wouldn't be out the pram. The pram would be set on fire and cast off down the fucking river. So here comes then RL Sint. The power just isn't there on the car. Obviously with the lower downforce, the toe now isn't ironically toe. He's chasing the toe incidentally. But the toe on the car, the toe on the cars are not as big. You have to be a lot closer. And Toto does make a little bit of a mistake there. So here comes Sint now back on the inside. He's going to have a little dive up here. I wouldn't really go for this move. This is a little bit of an audacious move here. Cookie, by the way, is catching Michelangelo up front. I just want to point that out. We're about 2/10 every corner, it seems. And Sint's made a good move at this. Still side by side between Sint and Toto Wolff. And Sint's done him. Sint's done him for 11th. Wow. Let's get on board now. We'll have a little look up front. You can see Michelangelo is getting chased down by RRL Cookie and Les Paul. Les Paul, the only one, of course. Oh, and there we go, Toto Wolff and Toto pits. Toto pits for his second pit stop, which gives Sint a bit of breathing space at least. Toto now will probably go, if I were Toto, I'd go soft tyres to the end. Get him on, get him out the way. On board with race leader Michelangelo here. Had a really good race so far, not really much of a challenge so far for Michelangelo. Obviously, he had that big battle with Cookie at the start. But other than that, he's done really, really well. He's kept his nerve a lot better than he did around Bahrain, where it was just Mistake City. But Cookie here is about to get himself into DRS range with... Well, Michelangelo does have a lot more fuel to burn than Cookie, so maybe, just maybe holding it. But Cookie's got DRS now. This is going to bring him right back into the battle. So here comes Cookie on the charge. Will Cookie get himself a back-to-back race wins? If he gets a win in a Renault, that is a hell of an achievement. Unfortunately, guys, this is the only RL event I will be covering. Thursday's a bit too early for me to attend. I've been offered, but it just unfortunately can't happen. I'd love to do it, but unfortunately, you know, isn't the case. But here comes Cookie, then he's all over the back. That was a hell of a corner there by Cookie, catching Michelangelo, who will feel the pressure, feel the burn from behind him. And Awzat, all of a sudden, has picked again, I believe. Notorious has absolutely hauled Awzat in. Awzat with 3 pit stops in this race already. We're not even half distance. He's got no tyres left in this bleeder. So here we go. We're going to go back up front because Cookie seems to be catching Michelangelo. And we're going to be going now into the DRS activation. He's right on the back of him. Here we go. This is the battle for the lead. This one has been, well, obviously, since Cookie's earlier mistake, an earlier spin, he now needs to get himself back in the... What the fuck is that? Come on, get bent. Here we go. So Turtles pits finally on lap 23. Is Turtles going to go to the soft to do a one-stop? Michelangelo runs wide. Here comes Cookie with a chance to take the lead here of the circuit of the Americas, the Dakota Grand Prix, Austin, Texas. Michelangelo squeezes him as best he can. Will Cookie, he's got the inside line here. Unless Michelangelo gets a good switchback, which he doesn't. We have a new leader of the race, and it's RRL Cookie. Takes the lead of the Grand Prix. but he is on the ultra soft tyres, and Les Paul just doing what he can do. Chilling in the background, of course. Turt, Turt has gone on supers again? Really? That wasn't expected. Made a mistake there, Turt, in my opinion, man. I'm not the best racer in the world, but I believe you have made a bit of a mistake. And here comes Michelangelo, still on DRS. He's still within that range. He's got a quicker car than Cookie as well. Goodly, lordy, Jesus fucking Christ. When it calms down, I will be going for a quick smoke, because I need to, because obviously when you smoke, cravings do occur, of course. Right, here we go. The Battle of Austin. Here we go. 3-car battle now. Les Paul has put himself, just by being consistent and clean, into the mix here. We know what cars are on. Give me a second. Got a message here, actually. We're going to watch out on this battle here. Got to get myself back focused here. Alec just doing what he needs to in 4th position to get himself out of that Haas car. And we've got a but it's now a 3-horse race at the front, isn't it? Right, okay, less instruction. Paul 2K catching Biddy here. So this is the next battle, Paul 2K. I believe Biddy's actually overtaken Paul 2K saying that. So here we go, Snoop. We're not really seeing much of Snoop either. Yeah, I was about to say, is Turt's going to be running? Mind you, Turt, if he can run what he did before, can do a 2-stopper here. If you can put the supers to 23 laps, you can get them ultras 10 to 15, easy peasy. Get them lemons squeezed. And here comes Paul 2K. Oh, it's showing Biddy with a red bar. That's curious. That's really interesting. I never noticed that before. It shows when they've got a slower connection. Oh, Paul 2K, Jesus, that could have gone very wrong. Oh, my goodness me. Bit of... I think his brakes are kind of part of a shitstorm at the moment. That's probably what happened there. All the guys then at the front are running line of stern, but there is a danger of this breaking out into an absolute slugfest up front. Turt has gone onto the supers. If I were Turt, I'd simply run onto the ultra softs. He's got to make these last though, and obviously Toto in the Williams will be hauling him in. Absolutely hauling him in. Notorious has got himself another pit stop, by the way, just to point out at the back there. Paul 2K is still on the back. You can see the gaps, of course. This is now, as we said, a 3-horse race for the lead of this Grand Prix, and I think it's about to get very, very spicy here because Michelangelo is on the back. I can't believe I'm doing this by myself. This is an effort. I'm probably going to go to bed after this because I would fucked. But here we go. Michelangelo on the back of Paul 2K. Les Paul, a lot of balls involved. That Paul 2K, what the fucking piss am I on about? On the back of Cookie. Michelangelo on the outside. Will he do him? Runs wide. That's going to give him a detrimental line again. Les Paul now on the back. I'm going to go onto TV pod briefly for this. The battle is beginning. Battle is beginning to take shape. And here we go. Back on board. Oh, wait there. That's the one. So we've got here. Oh, you can still select drivers as come. Still learning this game, by the way, guys, in terms of the overall complexion of it. So here we go then. Les Paul then is on the back, and this is now a 3-horse race, an absolute 3-horse race. We're going to get on board with Les Paul just to see if I can... No, Michelangelo, why not? We'll keep on board. Michelangelo, is he going to go up the inside? Is he going to make a move? He's not. Keeps it nice and simple. That's perfect. Full damage for these guys. Of course, regular corner cutting, just in case anybody is wondering. Right, so Biddy seems to have got the better of Paul 2K here. I'm calling everyone Paul fucking 2K, so Paul 2K is going to get a lot of points in this race, based on my kind of commentary speech. Michelangelo now all over the back of Cookie. Cookie made that move. Great move on Michelangelo to take the lead, but of course he's going to be under absolutely intense pressure. Intense pressure from Michelangelo, and of course Les Paul just sitting there quietly, conserving his tyres. Michelangelo's on rich mix here. I would probably, personally, if it was me, wait for the straight. In fact, both Ferraris are on rich mix. They now make Michelangelo with a bit of a twitch there, which is going to give Les Paul. This now is, what the hell is that camera angle? That camera angle is also as bad. Michelangelo is the featured driver here then. DRS here, under half a second between the top three. Will he make the move? He's locked all 4 tyres up there. Michelangelo, good coverage, especially by locking all 4 tyres. Here comes Michelangelo just holding up Les Paul just behind him. Big gaps now back, and Kaninch is catching Big Shoe. That'll be the next thing we go to, as is Biddy with Paul 2K. We're going to keep on board with this lead battle briefly though, guys. This has been absolutely mental. This race has been mental. Right, Addict there, we just got a quick glimpse of him because I pressed the wrong button. So Cookie leading, Michelangelo second, Les Paul, sorry, third. I nearly did Paul 2K again, another Paul 2K blender. And here comes Michelangelo with a lockup. That will give Les Paul will get a run on Michelangelo here. So let's run this in. Here we go. All the RRR guys, of course, running a support for Breast Cancer Awareness Month with their pink helmets. 99% of the guys are doing that, of course. Absolute legends to do it. Voluntary. It's not an absolute thing you have to do, but I'm going to go on board. And Paul, as we see here, as Paul TK in the background, Kanish runs very wide on the back of Big Stu. Let's have a look then. Here we go. Get on board with 2K. And there's a big battle still going on for second and third. Let's go this way. Les Paul still all over the back. There's no battle. You notice we had a bit of a quiet patch, didn't we, where there was only one or two battles. And here comes Les Paul out of the dirty air. Gets himself a much better line into the corner. Will he ride the curb a lot? Not overly. So now we may have a double DRS, double doobie on DRS activation. Here we go then. Kanish and Big Stu all over the back of each other as well, but we're going to go back up to the front battle. Michelangelo makes a dive on Cookie! Not successfully. Not successfully, unfortunately. So basically, if people rejoin now, we'll go back on a Kanish and Big Stu. They are quite a way down, so we've not even got the DRS for these guys yet. So we will focus now on the battle for the lead. Still. Coming up to half distance, guys, at the end of the next lap. That'll be 50% distance in the race. So as you see there, you see in the background, Synth and Turts are, well, Turts is effectively the championship leader with no Thomas Halo showing up this week, unfortunately. Right, so Kanish seems to be on a move. Kanish is going to get the move done on Stu. Stu runs very wide to try and hold him off. Paul 2K and Biddy, identical battle here, just behind. Biddy's hanging it round. Oh my goodness me, this is incredibly close quarter racing. Biddy runs a bit wide. Paul 2K takes 7th. Double place change. And Cookie seems to just have opened up a little bit of a gap now. Over Michelangelo. Not big enough to get out of DRS, unfortunately, in this case. But here we go. We'll go to the overall gap there. Ausa and Notorious are both a lap down, just to point out to the guys who are wondering. And here we go then. We are now watching that. Biddy just all over the back of Paul 2K, really doing the business here, and the damage on him. Will he just be able to hold off though? Biddy and Paul 2K, these guys want to race on battle. And this camera angle, go away. Nobody wants to see Red Bull's front wing. Cookie a bit to make a mistake. Michelangelo just flicking back onto that battle really quickly. I did see the gap go really down quite far. Obviously with DRS that's what would happen. Biddy now is going to be the focused driver. Moving forward, lap 28 of 56, now officially right around the halfway point. Awesome race this, guys. I can't wait to watch the real F1 race. If it's anywhere near as good as this shit, this is fucking going to be amazing to watch back. Right, so Les Paul still on the back. The top three are still hook, line and sinker with each other. Goodness me. An unbelievable drive this for these guys. Here we go then. My voice a bit of a rest there. So Biddy, Paul 2K and Big Stu has now fallen down into the clutches of this battle. Kanish is up to 5th position and really advancing up the order. So Big Stu really won. Unless I didn't see Big Stu, he might have made a mistake. Yeah, cheers Flatlanders. Oh, it's been good, is it, mate? Yeah, I don't want to know any spoilers, obviously, because, you know, that's obviously not kind of the way we do. Imagine that. Oh, somebody's won! And then I'm one of the most hated people, well, even more hated than I already am. Right, here we go. So we are looking at the battle for 6th position, which has inadvertently become one of the best battles on the track here. But we're flicking between the two. Oh, Turts and... We've got another battle here. Turts and Toto still at their battle. So Turts and Toto battling. And Paul 2K has done Big Stu up the inside. Paul 2K on the march up into 6th position. That is big points. Cookie has lost the lead. And look at this, side by side at the front. Cookie just about retakes it, but now all three of them are together. Once again, I don't know who to fucking follow. Christ. Biddy on the back of Big Stu. Gonna go back to the front really quick. Can we have a double stream next time, guys, so we can get someone watching the front, someone watching the back? Jesus Christ. Maybe get a foreign speaker or something. I don't know. Right, Les Paul is running here in 3rd position. But Cookie makes another little mistake here, just to kind of finish up, just having a quick... Oh, actually, I'm going to swing a beer. Why the fuck not? It's Sunday night, why not? No work until afternoon tomorrow. Right, so here comes Michelangelo on the back of Cookie. This is his biggest chance yet. Let's see if he can do it. And Biddy has overtaken Big Stu. We can't leave this battle. Cookie, oh my god, Biddy just overtook Big Stu there, it seems. Battle for 7th, just overtaken, and Michelangelo could get him again. Oh, but Les Paul on the back. God, this means these guys are... Oh my god, this is like a roll... Imagine that, this is like a side-by-side cross-wire roller coaster, like a fucking scale electric on fucking steroids. Right, here we go. Toto Wolff has caught up to the back of Sint again here. So this battle's still going on. We will focus on Michelangelo all over the back again. Les Paul with a bit of a mistake there. Coming through the complex, not the best of complexes for him. Right. If there's any problems with the stream, guys, please be sure to let me know in the comments. Also, drop me a follow if you haven't already. Like I said, this racing just keeps getting better and better and better and better and better. Just to put, I'm not affiliated with RRL in any way, shape or form. We've had a lot of problems in the past. These guys have kindly reached out to me to do some commentary to get them the league exposure that they need and want. I hope I'm doing that for them. You know, like I said, I've got quite a following on here somehow. I mean, a lot of people seem to like me. I don't understand how. I fucking hate myself, but you know what I mean? A lot's happened in the past is what I'm trying to say. Water under the bridge as far as I'm concerned. I acted like a cock and game over. Right. Anyway, cheers for that lens stream. That's what we need. We're going to be watching the battle for 10th place. May not be the biggest points position in the whole of the league season, but obviously Toto needs it here and has done Sint there into the first corner. Race-long battle between Toto, battling with the Sauber. You wouldn't expect him to be really. He's had a bit of a scrappy race, Toto, so far. Still battling side-by-side nearly here. Going through the complex section. Sint is Sint's on one here in this Sauber. He wants big points in it. And we've now got a battle for back up to the lead battle here. Will Les Paul be able to do anything about it? No, he doesn't. God grief. This race has been that good. I'm even clickbait the motherfucking title. How about that for you? Right, so let's have a look now. We have here Michelangelo, Addict, is in 4th position. He's actually catching these guys up front because these three are just kicking the absolute balls and piss out of each other. So let's have a look now. We've got Michelangelo in the lead. Forgive me if I keep going back onto TV pod, guys. I want to be on the camera following behind the car, but for some reason Spectate Cam doesn't give me that chance. It just simply gives me the TV pod camera. They need to patch it in. Hopefully they do, but this Spectator Cam is absolutely brilliant. It gives you a lot more of a more diverse look at different things. For example, look, stops. We now have Paul 2K with his 2nd stop, already 1 extra stop. And here we go! Battle for the lead! Enough chit-chat, gift-gaff about random shit. Here we go, Michelangelo has now got his nose in front of Cookie. Oh, bit of contact there for the two of them. Cookie back up the inside, both perfectly rightful moves. There's no bad move there. It was a really, really good, clean move. Good defensive driving by Cookie. Wheel bashing. Oh, Les Paul over the back of Michelangelo again. This is the battle here, guys. The battle of the race. Now, these battles on F1 2016 would have ended with people almost crying and, you know, crying into their pillows. But, you know, this game really allows you to race. Of course, Snoop is in the pits, by the way, so he may encounter a lap, or may go a lap down, should we say. 1 less lap to do, which is a benefit, of course, if you look at it that way. So, Snoop is, I believe, coming out of the pits now. He's going to be right in front of this lead group, by the way. So this may prove to be a huge factor in this race. Obviously, he's got to chase down Turts. What I would do if I was Snoop, let the front 3 go, let them pass as soon as you physically can, and then obviously then follow them round, and then get Turts, who of course is in the McLaren, which, by right, should be the slower car. But Turts, ironically, we're talking about him, not watching him, of course, at the moment, unfortunately, because he's not currently in the battle. He may be soon. He's hauling Sint in the Sauber. So let's have a quick check here. We'll go really quickly onto Sint and Turts, and look at that, they are really close. DRS for Turts. We'll keep our eyes peeled on this battle briefly. Moeth, welcome in, my man. I got your name right, of course. So Turts is not close enough yet, so we'll go back to the lead battle, and Biddy pits in, as does Big Stu on the soft tyres. And here we go, battle for the lead. Cookie, Michelangelo for the 4th time in 8 laps, side by side. Oh, a bit of contact. Jesus, bit of a... Oh, the jink in the track forced Cookie almost there to move over a little bit here, which is giving Les Paul, once again, this is fucking deja vu, this shit. Les Paul is in 3rd position. Just an absolutely manic race. A manic race. And amazingly, because of the gap between Toe and Biddy and Stu remain in 7th and 8th, so they're pretty set. Now, Paul 2K is going to be in the midst of a battle soon, as is Turts. Lots and lots of fresh battles here, of course. Hide that, put it back on screen, why not? Let's just do that, just out of random nature. So these guys will all be making at least one. Cookie pits! Cookie's pitted! Now, what's he going to go on? Super Softs will scrape it. Softs for just pure speed, I'd say. But now the Ferraris will endure a battle here, and Turts and Sint are pretty much almost wheel to wheel again there. Sint goes wide. Sint, former WOR and, of course, current RRL racer. Turts, of course, RRL all the way through. So here we go. Kninch is a mile behind Cookie, of course. He's going to be affecting it. Paul 2K is now on the back of Kninch. Speaking of that, we have got battles everywhere. And Turts is thinking he should have just waited if I were him. Tap in the back of Sint. Hopefully no damage done. 0.4 of a second between the top two. Cookie with the undercut. That may be the key factor. He's going for the Super Soft. He's going to go for it. Cookie is going for this. I think Cookie's tyre wear, based on last week, from what I remember, was really good. So we shouldn't have a problem with that. Paul Skill move back up here. He's on the inside. Oh, contact! Great time to join him. Contact there. Paul 2K and Kninch. That's definitely damage. Paul 2K end plate, I think. Oh, unlucky. And we got a battle for the lead. Les Paul, Michelangelo as well, still going at it. Go away, Wise Dog, not interested at the moment. Here we go. Good battle between the two. Les Paul takes the lead of the Grand Prix for the first time. Took his chance, now he needs to bolt. He needs to bolt. Michelangelo, I think his tyres will be coming towards the end of their lifespan soon. He did pit relatively early. But here we go, Sint is battling with Turts. No more battles on track, of course. Paul 2K with that damage is beginning to lose time on Kninch, who is in 5th. Snoop is still going around just in front of these guys. Quite good how Snoop is on the fresh tyre. He will, with that Force India, just be good enough. And you can see just up front the battle for 10th. So if this carries on, Snoop will catch the guys in front, and the race leaders will catch him also as well. So we're going to be looking at a 3-car battle for 9th place, or 10th place, sorry. And we're going to have the race leaders whoring each other out as well. So this is an awesome race so far. We'll go back on board with Turts. I think Les Paul, for now, has done the business. Les Paul has done the business here. So Turts and Sint, the closest battle on track. We will give this some coverage for a little bit. Give the championship, the highest person in the championship here today. And Turts, every point for Turts is absolutely vital. So he goes up the inside of Sint this time. Here we go, and Turts moves into 10th position with DRS. But remember, the Sauber has more power, and still wheel to wheel. This is mental. Paul 2K pits in for his 3rd stop of the afternoon, I believe. Amazing drive, Sint around the outside. Turts goes on the outside here, which puts Sint on the outside. Sint is in the best place for himself. I believe Snoop will begin to catch these guys. He will lose a bit of time when he has to let the race leaders go through. Michelangelo, 1.6 seconds down now on the race lead. 1.8 down. Goodness me, Michelangelo really struggling all of a sudden. Turts makes the move count. He is up into 10th position. Paul 2K fell to 7th, just behind Biddy, and he's come out just behind Notorious, who is a lap down, of course. Notorious, just as we say, plodding on. It's the best way to do it in that slower car. Sint comes into the pits. Sint pits. So that will give Snoop the advantage. Will Sint come out in front of Ausat? Is the question. Les Paul putting the power down. 1 minute 38.7 on worn tyres. That is how you do it. But remember, there is a factor that people at all, well, people in basically me, that I am forgetting here, is that Cookie made an earlier pit stop, but Les Paul will surely to God come in and put the super soft tyres on, I'd think, and bomb it round, scrapping off the tyre wear. But we'll have a look here. Anybody close to each other? So guys, just to let you know the race order, just while we're here, it's calmed down quite a bit now. Les Paul 1st, Michelangelo 2nd, Addict 3rd, great drive man, it really quiet in the end. Cookie 4th, Kninch 5th, Biddy 6th, after an amazing spin and a dodge. Paul 2K's had quite an interesting afternoon, 7th, Big Stew after the earlier crash, 8th, Toto 9th, Turts 10th, Sint 11th, no, Snoop 11th, sorry, Sint of course pitted, he is in 12th. We'll get on board with Ausat, because this may develop into something. Ausat versus Sint. Ausat's had a mare of a race in 13th position, especially on the Force India. Force India, I know this isn't their track, but you know, you'd expect them to perform a little bit better. And here we go then. As Cookie, yep, there you go. Cookie is coming along to lap And there's Owlsat just in front of Cookie, actually. Cookie comes along to lap Owlsat while we're following him. So here we go then. Unbelievable race, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it so far. I certainly bleeding have. I'll be taking some voice therapy sessions after this because my voice is fucking ruined. So here we go. Battle of the race, of course, as far as I'm concerned, will be whether Cookie can dispatch of Addict. Let's get on board with Cookie now. And we've got a pitter. Les Paul, the leader of the race, pits in. Michelangelo will, of course, resume a temporary lead. Let's get on board with Cookie. It's going to be a big advantage for Cookie, but of course Les Paul will be on them fresh super softs when he comes out the pits. Here we go. Cookie and Addict both, of course, overtake Les Paul, as is the way. An inch miles behind. He's not going to be anywhere near. Sorry guys, forgive me. Anywhere near where he needs to be. This race is now all about, once again, Cookie and... ooh, who's this? Ooh. Oh, that's pretty cool. I might look into that. Sorry guys. A bit quiet. That's what I mean, so, sorry, forgive me, yeah, Cookie's tyres are going to be a lot, forgive me there, I'm just going to get back into the rhythm, I just had a message there, guys, forgive me. Cookie is, as Lenny pointed out on the comments, has been on the tyres a lot less, but I don't like that camera angle, so he will begin to catch Addict, but then Les Paul, will he be able to catch Cookie? We're going to have a similar outcome here. I think Addict is almost guaranteed 4th position, Michelangelo guaranteed 3rd here, so it's just a case of whether they're prepared to put on the bigger risk and really go for it, but we're going to follow Cookie. He's got 1-1-1-1. You don't see that very often. Goodness me, throat is ruined. Oh, God. Right, here we go. So, yeah, Addict, is, you can tell he's almost struggling on them tyres a bit now. And here is Addict then running in temporary 2nd position. He's just ahead of Cookie. Michelangelo just doing what he can do up front, putting as many laps in as he can. I reckon Michelangelo almost in a way will be looking to go on the ultra soft tyres, which would be a hell of a strategy if he can pull that off. But here comes Les. Cookie then is going to be on the back of, well, literally almost in the back, little on the back, in the back of RRL Addict. Les Paul 3.9 with a lapped Sauber, I believe that is Sint, of course, just following them round. Snoop is catching Turts. We said he would. We did say that would happen. That's what I mean, Len, it's all about the strategy, isn't it? And we're going to get a battle on track. First one for a few laps, actually. We've had a bit of a quiet spell. So here comes RRL Cookie with the quicker car. Well, it is the quicker car. The quicker tyres. Well, the same tyres, but the less worn tyres. And Cookie is all over the back of Addict here. I don't think Addict will have much chance of stopping this. It all depends, doesn't it, Lenny, what Michelangelo's thinking. Well, Addict is still catching Michelangelo. If Cookie goes through, that gap will dwindle very, very fast. And there's Les Paul in the background as well. And through goes RRL Cookie, nice and simple, up into 2nd position. I would go for a cigarette as well, but that far through the race, I don't think I'm going to here. I want it to be quiet before I do. So that's pretty good. Snoop is only a second now down on Turts. Both a lap down, I believe, at the moment. Michelangelo does need to pit though. Cookie, as I said, will be absolutely hauling ass up towards the back of Michelangelo now. Goodness me, what a bloody... And Snoop has overtaken Turts. He's got him on DRS, nice and easy move. Snoop just caught the back end of that, up into 10th position. Now, will he be able to catch Toto? Will there be any movement between Big Stu, Paul 2K? Obviously, Kaninch seems fairly safe. Les Paul's absolutely safe in 4th. And there, yeah, good move there by Sint. Gets out of the way to let the front runners go through. He knows what car he's in. He knows he's just got to get to the end. Obviously, Owlsat will begin to catch him, based on letting him out of the way, but then, of course, other cars will be lapped up. Now, Notorious, got to give him credit. Keeping going, keeping the grind on. He's doing what he needs to do. And Les Paul now will be the one all over the back of Addict. I think Addict definitely is going for them ultra soft tyres. He's got to do another 2 or 3 laps though if he wants to be comfortable going to the end. You really, really want to put yourself on a 15, 16 lap burst rather than have to draw out 18 laps, which is a big, big problem for Addict if he goes down that route. So here we go. Here comes Addict then. Will he be able to defend against Les Paul? I think almost everybody watching knows the answer here. Oh, but he is doing, look at that inside line there by Addict, giving Les Paul less time to react, and he does go around the outside. What a manoeuvre. Addict's still on the inside, he's still there, so Les Paul has to give him the room. Through goes Les Paul, up into third position. Addict is still fighting, fight forever, as is the way. Turts on the back of Snoop, of course, still there. The gap will, of course, increase. And here we go. So this race is now on. Michael Hill going on these super soft tyres. That has been confirmed, what myself and Lenny will talk about in the comments. He is going for the ultra soft run. It is the end of the race. I would come in next lap for Michelangelo personally if it was me, but of course I'm the one speaking in the background, not the one racing, of course. Cookie is hauling him in. I think Michelangelo's chances of a top 3 here, or top 2 at least, have gone up in smoke. Addict will be quietly confident of catching Michelangelo, but of course with that Ferrari power it's going to look highly unlikely. We'll get back on board with Addict just before he makes his pits. Let's have a look at his tyres. You can see the degradation now on the front left. You can tell it's kicking in. Quiet time in this race, guys. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Bear with me too. I'm going to go on board with Addict really quick. Perfect time to come back here. We're going to go straight on board here. Oh, look at this. Cookie and Les Paul all of a sudden battling for the lead. Michael, I'm back now. Les Paul's got Cookie. Oh, good. It's lagging everywhere. Jesus Christ. Hopefully it's not my connection doing it. Let's have a little look here. So, Cookie as up front. This is lag everywhere. Come on. From session. God, don't kick me, please. This has been a help. Is it me lagging? We'll watch another battle quick. It's not me lagging. Okay, there's a bit. The lag seems okay. We're overtaking Toto here. Toto having a bit of a barmy back there. Let's the battle here. Oh Jesus, I'm sorry, bro. Bleeding now. Christ. Let's have a look now. Hopefully the connection's a little bit better now. We had a bit of a wind surge here, so you have to forgive me. Sorry. Here we go. Hopefully that's better now. Right. Okay. So, oh, it's still lagging quite a bit. Let's get on board with another car to make sure it is me, isn't it? Ah, for goodness sakes, knew that happened. And we'll persist with this as best we can, guys. Forgive me here. My connection's usually pretty shit hot. Cookie up the inside of, I believe that is the McLaren. Oh, we got a yellow flag, Sector 1. Still a yellow flag in Sector 1. What's happened? We're trying to find out. I believe it was the McLaren letting the McLaren turn, sorry, letting the guys through. Seems like when I'm following the race leaders, we've got a bit of lag. This is not what we want here. So Cookie is leading the race from Les Paul. Forgive me there, guys. All down to my connection. That hopefully we do get a bit better signal reception until the end here. Right, Biddy is up at the 5th. He's overtaking Kaninch. Kaninch pits again for Ultras. So Kaninch as well. Of course, yeah, he ran a double super, didn't he? Forgive me. I'm still lagging loads. Bloody hell, will persist. Come on, seriously. Worst comes to worst, I'll have to kind of stream comments off and I'll have to just basically talk. No, I'll have to shut this off. Wait there, give me a minute. Right, okay, comments. I'm blind now in terms of comments, as for some reason my connection's just deteriorated over the last couple of minutes. Right, come on, we'll get back on the, we'll try and persist with the race leaders, come on. Shut down the computer. Here we go, we're now on board then with, it seems on our broadcast cam, that's when it's usually affected, so we'll go on TV pod for a little bit until it kind of sorts itself out. Here we go though, Addict battling with Cookie here, that's a bit better. Michelangelo with a 36.8 on the Ultra Softs. As you can see, the internet now is taking up far less usage. We'll shut everything down. Here we go, come on. Less lag, please. Get that off, get that off, get that off. Brilliant. Get that off, fantastic. Less internet usage on my end now. Let's see, I believe it's my connection to Toto, which is usually pretty shit hot, but hopefully we can kind of get to the bottom of that. I think we have now. We've now got a battle on for the race lead. These two should have been this close last time, but Les Paul's tyres just gave out, of course, before the absolute key moment. But here we go, guys. Forgive me, I'm not on comments anymore. I'm going to, in fact, I might, yeah, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on comments on the iPad, actually. That's an idea, because that takes up far less broadband. Right, okay, here we go. The battle for the lead of the Grand Prix. Here comes Les Paul on RRL Cookie. The battle that everyone's been waiting to see all race, really. And Cookie hangs off. An amazing, amazing race this has been, and it's culminating with 15 laps to go. What a bloody brilliant thing. Lenny, I'm now back on comments, my man. If you can just let us know if it's got a bit better your side for me, let me know, bud. Or anyone else who's watching, keep me informed. Like I said, I want to make this the best quality as possible, obviously. Sponsored by Social Blade, www.socialblade.com, guys. Please be sure to check that out if you are a fellow streamer like myself. It's very informative. You do get to check out all different stats. You get set challenges if you're an affiliate with the website, where they do pay you if you hit your targets. It's really good. Get yourself up there. Definitely socialblade.com. But of course, you've got to be an affiliate with each program first. Now, I've noticed something a little bit further down the order. Paul 2K begins to catch Biddy, who's found himself back up at a 5th position. If Biddy didn't have his earlier misdemeanor, then we may be looking at a totally different race here. For Biddy at least, but of course, it seems like he's set in 5th, or at least battling for 5th at least. Now, I want to point something out here. Michelangelo, oh, whoa, whoa, goodness me. I believe that's, oh, good grief, who's that? I believe that's Owlsat, isn't it? No, it's Snooping the Snoop's on the 9th, by the way. So here we go, the battle again commences. Michelangelo is not out at this Grand Prix yet, especially with the super soft tyres. He's not gone yet. Here comes, he's just going to hang fire, I think, is Les Paul. For the present. Let's have a little look now. So, we have a few battles that could happen for the Michelangelo. Needs to really put in the laps of his life. The laps of his life. You see him in the background there, coming round the complex here in Sector 3. He needs to be within about 5 seconds. And Sint is caught back up with Turtles. There's another battle here. And Toto Wolff, all of a sudden on the back of Snoop. Let's watch this battle briefly, but we can't really watch it for too long because the race leaders are about to have their own little scrap up front. So we'll go quickly back up to Les Paul. Will he be able to do anything about Cookie? Cookie, a hell of a driver. To be able to hold off a Ferrari for this long. A guy of Les Paul's ability as well. 3 battles here going on, guys, on track. And Les Paul doesn't quite make the move stick. He's got to just hang it round here. Snoop and Toto behind. Snoop hangs on just for the moment. Toto on the quicker tyre. I believe we've got another battle. Turts and Sint battling into the first corner as well. Turts with that corner cut there. Will that be enough to kind of give him the advantage, would you say? Oh no, Sint with the corner cut. Sorry, he's the Sauber. What am I on about? Get the names right. And Turts hangs on to 11th place. So Turts hangs on just for the moment. Both guys on the super soft tyres. Owlsat is just completely away at the moment. We're going to go back on board with the battle for the lead. Here we go. 3 battles on the go while we speak. Will Les Paul be able to do anything about Cookie? Cookie's defensive driving in this race has been second to none. Yeah, bloody Samuel L. Jackson in the background. Or Barry White, even though Barry White's dead, so it will be him. Les Paul to the inside, makes the move! Contact there between the two. Race battlers, and Michelangelo is benefiting no end from this. Toto Wolff gets Snoop, Sint gets Turts. We can't cover them battles, unfortunately, at the moment. We've got too much going on behind. turn to the centre back, and Kanincha's jump Big Stu. It's all going on here, for the love of Christ. Let's watch this battle really quick. Kanincha's jump Big Stu. Kanincha moves up into 7th position. Here we go, and we are battling here now. This has all come to a head on lap 44 of 56, just over 12 laps left. 12 laps when they come round this corner. Here we go. Guys, if you guys don't drop a follow here, you need to. This battling has been unbelievable here in this race. Right, here we go. Credit to the RL guys for putting on this show for us today here on Positive God's Twitch and YouTube channels. Right, here we go then. We are still going. My voice is still holding off just. My God, I'm not doing any more streams tonight. Thank fucking Lord and Jesus Christ, amen. Right, here we go. Let's pull people to do anything about. Obviously, penalties are a factor as well, but we haven't got time to look. This is the big battle here between the two guys. Les Paul on the battle now. He needs to overtake RL Cookie. Les Paul's tyres are slightly new. I think there's a 4-lap gap between their 2 tyres. And Michelangelo is now part of this battle. Once again, a 3-horse race. Michelangelo almost down and out, 9 seconds down when he caught the pits. And here comes Les Paul. Will he be able to do Cookie here? He's going to go for it. Cookie, obviously, he's not. He's got to keep just about right. Les Paul with a bit more pace. Cookie runs wide. Les Paul with a better line out of it. Look at him side by side going towards the end of sector 2. Les Paul briefly takes the lead. Cookie comes back on the inside. Les Paul's still there. Cookie, great driving. Will he be able to do anything here? Les Paul goes for the move. The inside here. Contact again. 2 cars side by side. Les Paul, will he muscle his way through? He does. Les Paul up into the lead. Properly for the first time today. And Michelangelo's not over by any stretch of the imagination. Will Cookie have any answer to Les Paul? And will he be? Well, no, it's going to be a bit of an interest because he's going to be looking in both mirror and forward. He's got, obviously having 2 eyes as a human really will help him here. And we just see here, guys, in the background, other battles that have kind of ended. Snoop on the back of Toto. Toto seems to have got the better of that exchange. He's up into 9th. Kanincha up to, ironically, 7th. Paul 2K and Biddy, that could kind of erupt in a few laps or so. Paul 2K is chasing down Biddy. I believe Biddy, let's have a look at the stops, how many people stops have made. 3 stops. I was up with 4. He's had an absolute fantastic drive in this case. Not. Here we go. Notorious 2 laps down. As you can see here, guys, 1.8 seconds separating the top 3 guys. We'll go back onto interval. We'll go back to Michelangelo, who I believe has got a run on Cookie before the DRS. I would have just hung it. Just hang it, Michelangelo. Be patient. You've got the quicker car. You've got the quicker tyres. Fresher tyres. Let's see what Michelangelo can do. Here we go. Will he be able to get off this pissing camera? Right. And this camera. Right, so we're going to go on board with Michelangelo. Cookie makes the move. And Michelangelo answers his bluff. Locked up tyres. Contact again. No, there's no contact. Amazing driving here by Michelangelo. It's like Cookie's almost in deja vu here, battling the Ferrari car. Here comes Michelangelo on the outside. Oh, he's right there. Cookie holds it off. Michelangelo, don't go hang it on the outside of there. And he's got an amazing bit of traction, but Michelangelo loses it a little bit. Cookie hangs on just for now. Les Paul must be thanking his lucky stars. Good grief. The lag seems to have sorted itself out as well, just to bring you the end uninterrupted coverage here. Michelangelo, we'll go on board with Cookie because you get a better camera angle that way. Paul 2K in the background there, you can see as well. And Cookie's race is just unfolding before his eyes here. Michelangelo, going to cut there. That might be a legal overtake. Is it going to be one? No, it's not. Michelangelo takes 2nd place. Can now hunt down Les Paul. So Paul 2K and Biddy battling side by side here. Contact for the 2. Big contact for the 2. Paul 2K just getting a little bit too close to Biddy there. Biddy maintains 5th position, but for how long? This race has just been non-stop from start to finish. Fuck my life. Good grief. Let's have a look here. I want to give shout-outs as well to people that are watching. Give me a second if I actually get time to. Let's have a look. Paul 2K still on the back of Biddy. This battle's far from over. I want to shout out Sint, of course, watching. He's racing, of course. Fosgoloisib, well, that's a hell of a name. You, cheers for watching. And of course, Lenny, thank you very much for sticking around. We are only 9 laps from pay dirt here. So here comes Paul 2K on the kind of charge here. He wants Biddy. He's going to try and go for it. Is he going to go for it? That's a dive up the inside of Biddy. Clean move. Paul 2K with a great move there up into 5th position. Will that be the end of the battle, though? Cookie, it seems, almost resolved to third position here now. The big question, will Michelangelo be able to haul in Les Paul before the end of the Grand Prix? Portugal and Biddy are still battling almost wheel to wheel here almost as well, so we're going to go back down to this battle briefly, as we've obviously got to keep a keen eye on the front runners. Kaninch is catching Biddy too, so this is going to become a 3-horse race in 5th place here. Obviously we will be doing our best on the final lap to give the, well, I was going to say Les Paul, but to give the race leader a bit of coverage. Addict, I don't think is catching quick enough to do anything about getting onto the podium, but Addict's still a great driver in 4th position here, of course. He will, of course, be back into a car, as will Notorious, if they both finish the Grand Prix, as will Sint. So all 3 of them do need to finish in order. Oh, Biddy really, really close to the back there of Paul 2K still. I can't say Paul 2K this time because it is Paul 2K. Kaninch looking ominously from behind, just basically sticking round, waiting for any potential mishaps and mistakes. Here is the race order. Les Paul first, Michelangelo second, Cookie third. Great 3-car battle for these 3. Addict all by himself in 4th. Biddy is now under intense, or Portuguese are under intense pressure from Biddy in 5th. And we've got a bit of lag again here. Kaninch is in 7th, only a second, 1.7 seconds separating the 5th to 7th. Big Stu by himself, Toto by himself, 8th and 9th, Snoop 10th, Sint 11th, Turts 12th, Owlsat 13th, Notorious 14th, Wystock with a heartbreaking crash in 15th and out, of course, so Wystock does not get any points. Oh, Biddy with the corner cut there. Will that be able to give him a bit more of an advantage going through? We shall wait and see. What an amazing race, guys. I hope you've appreciated this here tonight. I believe I've got different offers on the table from other places, but I think RRL are kind of winning the bidding war, so to speak. So these guys are doing quite well to get my services, not as an RRL representative, but as a full-time commentator. Here we go. So Biddy is still on the back of the Williams and Paul TK. Superior straight line speed will stop Biddy from really doing too much damage on this straight. Only mistakes now, I believe, from people will, and yeah, I think the race is beginning to settle down a little bit. The big thing to watch is this 3-car battle, of course. We're nearly coming towards the twilight end of this Grand Prix. Just an amazing, amazing race so far. Goodness me. I want to say, guys, thank you very much. I've already gained 50 views already just throughout the course of this Twitch stream. Absolutely mammoth job for you guys. Thank you so much for the support here. But of course, this isn't the end of the story. We have a long way, a lot of racing still to go. Addict is beginning to absolutely ramp in on Cookie as well. He's put 2 seconds on him in a course of just over a lap and a half. So that's there. Yeah, Len, it seems to, I think what the problem was, my laptop was on as well, so what I've done, I've kind of watched it through the iPad, which is a little bit shorter. Sector 3, yellow flag in Sector 3, and it's Big Stu! Speaking of mistakes, Big Stu's gone off! Heartbreaking for Big Stu. More problems, half his end plate gone as well, and he's going to have to watch out here because there's Owlsat come around the outside of him. Stu's got to watch out here because the race leaders are coming round. Stu, good driving there, getting out of the way very, very nicely. Oh, oh, Big Stu, goodness me, what's happened to Big Stu here? Oh, he's getting his tyres changed, right, okay. Hopefully that did it in time. It is saying super soft tyres, so Big Stu, in effect, will potentially fall down below. Snoop here, well, he will. Snoop's going to get Big Stu here. 21 seconds the gap. Oh, goodness me. Big Stu's season, when I used to race in Norway, he never had the best of luck, and he still seems the curse is still there. Good grief. At least Big Stu's going to be in a next week round Mexico, which is a big track for the Mercedes, of course. Sint is looking at Big Stu as well. This may be another battle coming up here, based on the misfortune of Big Stu here. Unfortunately, you just got to pity the guy, unfortunately. It's been a really, really good and bad race for Stu. He's been in and out of issues. He's just cursed, absolutely cursed. And this is now the battle then. Big Stu, of course, luckily has gone on to the ultra soft tyres, so he may make some inroads on Snoop, but I'm not sure if there's enough time left in the race to really do that. Michelangelo has put another few tenths on Les Paul. Obviously Les Paul did get a bit distracted by the crash in front of him, so obviously even if you do, it's like when you do a qualifying lap, even though cars get out of your way, there's always a sort of subconscious when knowing that the car's got to get almost, they're still in your line of sight. And it's now 7 seconds behind Cookie. This now looks like this is the race order. with the exception of Kaninch, Biddy, and of course any other potential mistakes, I believe this now is the running order, barring penalties. Les Paul, Michelangelo, Cookie, Addict, and then of course it's any one of three between Biddy, Paul 2K, and RRL Kaninch. Jesus, what a race. Great. Bit of lag there on Les Paul. We're going to get off Les Paul's car in a minute. It seems like I've got a bit of lag connecting with Les Paul, it seems, when I'm watching my broadcast cam. Let's get on to the battle now. 6th position. Here we go, Kaninch with DRS. So, not you. The guys are torturing me here, you know. I think this is punishment for previous sins. Here we go, Kaninch. Get off that camera. Too far behind, but... And in fact, he's losing time on Biddy, amazingly. Biddy on the Red Bull. Oh, Kaninch with a little bit of a deep move, shall we say, there. An amazing race. This has finished my brain off. Honest to God. Get my FIFA games after this and then go back up the bloody stairs to the pearly bed. Right. So, we are running now. And Kaninch, Paul 2K's gone off! Where is he going? What is he doing? And he's disqualified! Paul 2K! DQ'd! Oh my God! Oh, he's been DQ'd! Oh dear! Oh, he went off the track and didn't get back on quick enough. Sector 1, 2, we got another crash. He almost got on here. Notorious, it was just gone off. His race just gets better and better. So Notorious goes off. No cars around him, I don't think. $2K, yeah, I'd leave if I was him. Jesus Christ. Fuck my life. Will that affect the lobby, though? That's the question. Notorious with damage to his car. Just not having a good race at all, Notorious. Of course, getting the 13th place will pick him up some points. I believe it's 9 points for 13th place, from what I believe. 9, it's either 10 or 9. You have to forgive me here, guys. Obviously, you guys in the comments will correct me. Just absolute shocking. And Kaninch is all of a sudden all over the back of Biddy. So this now is the new battle. It seems like there's a curse for 5th place. And Snoop has been overtaken. Oh, look at this battle here for 8th. Big Stu has absolutely ramped in Snoop. Len, don't have a clue. Probably best. Here we go then. So we got the 2 battles on track here. Will Big Stu be able to do some damage when he gets past... Oh! Caramba! Look at Stu, he's all over him. Look at the aggression from Big Stu shown here. Is he going to go up the inside here? He does. Beautiful move. Makes his presence felt. With DRS as well, this I think is Big Stu's 8th. Well, Biddy and Kaninch are battling here side by side. They're currently in Sector 1 going round. That's the gap back. Literally almost half a lap here between Big Stu and Biddy, but the gap between 5th and 8th. Addict is catching Cookie as well, incidentally, so that may be a battle before the end. Renault versus Haas, Renault versus Ferrari power. And this is a battle between, I think Toro Rosso are Ferrari this year, aren't they? I don't even know. Either way, it doesn't matter. Let's see what we do. Battle now for 5th place. Hey, at least Kaninch isn't going to come 7th. I guess that's one point. He's broken his 7th position curse, unless he's got an absolute array of penalties, or gets disqualified. Or no, then he'll still be broken. Kaninch, all on Biddy. Yes, that's how you do it. Biddy just with the drive in there defensively, puts his car in the perfect position. I always remember from old, Biddy and Toto were the 2 toughest defenders. To's had a good race here as well. He's managed to overcome a lot. So Notorious is now a lap down on the guy in front of him, which is Auzat. Notorious, once again, big thumbs up for continuing this race. He's an absolute mare. Oh, Kaninch to the back of Biddy. Here's the damage. Here's the damage. He's got away with that one. No damage. Considering it's full damage, that could have been a lot worse. But will there be light green? Because that still will cause an effect on the car. Let's have a little look here then, guys. We are now entering lap 54 for the... Oh no, we're still on 53. Sorry, it's based on the front runner, sorry. Les Paul, great drive. Michelangelo, Ferrari 1-2 here. And Addict is still... You can see Cookie now in the distance. Kaninch, this is still the battle of the race. So we'll get on board. Look at this side-by-side Knight through the S section. Lap 53. Brilliant driving by the two of them. Biddy well held there. Lap 53. I can't believe I'm still so hyped on this. I think I've been called the Murray Walker on crack. I think, to be honest, I think I may very well be. With a lot more swearing. So, happy fucking days. Right, Knight still on the back. This is lap 54 now for the race leaders. As soon as I see it go to lap 56, we will, of course, flip back and forth for this battle. I want to catch Les Paul coming round to win the Grand Prix, of course. And Knight at the inside. These two are still battling. Biddy needs this position to get himself back in the championship, and Knight will, in effect, be leading the Drivers' Championship based on Turt's performance and position. Knight will be in a Sauber next week, so that'll be interesting to see. Finally out the Toro Rosso for the first time in 2 weeks. Or 3, forgive me guys, you'll have to let me know. I've only just jumped in a couple of weeks ago, or last week. So still battling wheel to wheel. I think there may be an interesting battle here at the final lap between Addict and Cookie. Addict still closing the gap in, 10th of a second every few seconds. He's really beginning to reel him in now. Ultra soft tyres beginning to kind of almost show wear as well. Knight's tyres are looking absolutely brand spanking new. Biddy's looking a little bit cut, to be fair. We're now on board with Biddy here. A minute off the guy in front of him, but this obviously doesn't matter here. These two are battling. And Knight, oh, the no traction, sorry. Full traction. You have full traction deal, you got issues. The no traction for Knight really caused himself some real grief and issues here. Snoop is settling into position. Sink, great drive, 10th for the Sauber. Hours that, of course, damage limitation for him just getting to the end, I guess, just to get some points. Hours that, of course, will fall further down the championship. He may be a factor next week in a much quicker car, but we will look at Addict then. This is the battle, of course, at the moment. Will Addict be able to catch Cookie? Is the question. Michelangelo couldn't catch Les Paul. Les Paul on just superior tyres at the moment. Knight and Biddy still battling it out. 1.5 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen, in the Austin, Texas Grand Prix, the American Grand Prix. We are pretty much dead set now. I think Knight is going to have one last jab on the final lap. Addict down to 0.8 of a second, so we do have an interesting battle on the final couple of laps between those two as well. Big performance and big points needed. I was about to say, I don't run, yeah, most guys are on wheels, so we're actually, I'm a medium traction runner myself, Lem, you know what I mean? So I've ditched full, it's just awful. It's like driving a fucking Scale Electric, in my opinion. Addict and Cookie. Now this could be a decisive move come the end of the season. And Knight and Biddy is still going at it, by the way, to prove a point here. So lap 55, and Addict is about to overtake Cookie. Will he get the job done, Cookie? Defensive driving so far from Cookie has been really good so far. Addict, does he make the move? Still hanging it around this Cookie. Addict up into 3rd position. Patience pays off for Addict this race. Brilliant driving by Addict. And Knight and Biddy side by side. Look at this, going for sector 1. Biddy's been overtaken. Knight just got him. Battling all the way to the line. The last lap now for Les Paul. Cookie, as the RS, this is Cookie's last real chance, and I think Addict has got the move sewn up. Great driving by Addict. Awesome overtakes by both guys. And ladies and gentlemen, that in terms of battling is that. Les Paul, not the easiest of Grand Prix for him. He was patient, he made his moves where they mattered. Cookie's tyres gave up on him, unfortunately. Lots can still happen, of course, before now on the end of the Grand Prix, but of course, Les Paul, you can see Michelangelo in the background. He's done what he needed to do, Les Paul. 4 Grand Prix for Les Paul, 2 race victories. If Les Paul made the start of the season, heaven knows where he would be. He'd be right at the top of the table at this rate. Mind you, he'd be in a slower car, so it may be slightly different. Les Paul then, round in sector 3. No fireworks here in Texas, of course. There has been fireworks based on the kind of level of performance that these guys have put in. 1:06 between 4th and 5th. Les Paul. Count come around the final complex of corners now, sector 3. This has been his Grand Prix. 0.9 full laps of fuel. He's comfortably done this. And Les Paul wins the American Grand Prix, RRL Season 8, Round 8. Michelangelo, very good second, makes up for last week. Addict is still here. He's going to get it, hopefully, if he doesn't have penalties. Addict will get this over Cookie. Addict comes home. Will he get third? He does get third. Kaninch, as we see, Awzat comes through in 5th position, in 12th position. Toto gets 7th. Good drive from Toe. Just an unbelievable race, guys. This has been magical. Big Stu 8th. Recovers from his, well, near disastrous race. He should have been much, much higher. Awesome win by Les Paul. Snoop moves into 8th. Stu had lots of penalties. Stu's race gets confounded, even worse. RL Snoop overtakes Big Stu. Biddy runs off in the background. Biddy guaranteed 6th, of course, based on the lap cars behind. Awzat just has had probably one of the races that you just want to piss on the floor and wipe it in your face. Cookie possibly could have done more. Said tyre strategy worked out well for the guys. As Kaninch, top drive for Kaninch, of course. Biddy, really good drive as well. Obviously an amazing incident for Biddy earlier, managing to avoid Big Stu and then crashing almost immediately after. RL Kaninch 5th. Biddy comes across the line in 6th. What a fucking race. Jesus. Ferrari 1-2 in effect. Good drive stint as well. That there is a must-watch. That is an absolute cracker. As we've got here, Les Paul, Michelangelo, and Addict on the podium. Amazing drive by Addict to come back to 3rd. I didn't think I'd be able to do this by myself, guys. Thank you so much, of course, for tuning in. I will run through the race order now. Les Paul is the race winner. 5 seconds in the end. E gets the race win. Michelangelo 2nd. Addict 3rd. Cookie 4th. Kaninch, great drive in 5th. Drive of the day, got to give it to Les Paul, really. Just an amazing drive by him. Biddy 6th. Toe 7th. Snoop 8th. Big Stu 9th. Sint 10th. Turts 11th. Awzat, kind of dreadful performance in 12th. Notorious 13th. Wise Dog, heartbreaking crash in 14th. RRL Paul 2K disqualified in the absolutely bizarre incident. Just unbelievable race, guys. I am absolutely fucked, it must be said, after that. Just amazing. Penalties, obviously we knew there were going to be penalties. There's no kind of mystique, really. Guys, this has been Positively Glad, covering the RRL coverage of Season 8, by the way. Okay, whatever. Yep, please be sure, guys, to make sure you drop a follow on the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. YouTube-wise, like and subscribe. This has been Positively Glad. Much love, take care. Hopefully see you next week. All the best, and goodbye for now.